at 2 o'clock, we're having Martin, the water sommelier, come in. And
I've been chugging the water.
Yes, and I've been following Martin on TikTok, and he's such an interesting guy. At first, I was like, "This is so stupid." You know, your gut reaction is like, "Water sommelier, this is so dumb." But the more I followed, and you know, I'm a skeptical guy. The more I followed him, the more I got into it. I was like, "This guy actually is making sense to me."
He's a water god.
And this
He's a
is
water
kinda-
bender.
Like he doesn't buy into any of the BS with like pH levels. He goes, pH level doesn't make any sense. It goes in your stomach, the acid destroys it. Watch this. I'll just set you guys up so you guys know what we're getting into. But here's Martin doing a tour of CVS Waters and giving recommendations.
Hello everybody, here's Martin, your personal water sommelier. I'm in front of a CVS pharmacy.
And the whole vibe
so
is immaculate,
let's check
right?
out the water aisle at CVS. Okay, we have 3 different refrigerators, so let's check it out. Let's open this. So we're starting with Ice Canyon Natural Spring Water. Good water.
Oh,
then
okay.
Sartre Hill, I did the review already in Florida. A little problematic because there are like so many different ones out there. They're coming from 5 different sources, so you really don't know which one you're getting. But it's at least a spring source. Aquafina from Pepsi.
No good.
Processed tap. Dasani, the same from Coca-Cola, processed tap. Don't buy that.
Don't buy
Ice Canyon
Dasani.
again, what I consider a good water. Here we go. Evian, great water. Then we have pure water. Already the name says it, pure. So it's highly processed tap water. Don't buy that. Just water is a great water, great packaging, sustainable source water.
He is
like
so
that
on
water.
point.
Then we have again purified
Earlier when we were talking about the
from Big
pH,
Chill.
I felt like
Forget-
I was like about to go into a science test, like you're with all your friends trying to go over all of the info right before you go and sit down.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, yeah, no, because the pH levels, they like hit your stomach, and obviously like that doesn't matter.
That makes sense because like there's been this whole gimmick of like pH level 2000, like it's a fucking DBZ superpower. And he's right. Our stomach is made of acid. What the hell does the water acidity matter? You know. Yeah. So he knows every water. This guy's breadth of knowledge is insane. He knows every water, and the way he rates, like if a water's good, he considers like the source, if it's a natural spring or something. And then also there's a thing where he measures like the amount of minerals in it, and apparently it's good for you, right? Having those natural minerals in water. But here's he's gonna bring in all kinds of water for us to do a taste test. I'm excited, man.
We're getting wet today, baby. We are getting wet.
I gotta know, how do you become a water sommelier? And I saw on TikTok that man was flying business class.
Let's go.
And I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
The water business is good. So that's something to look forward to. I'm joined by, and Martin, you are the only sommelier, a water sommelier in America, is that right?
No, it's not.
Did it used to be right?
It used to be right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So how many are there now?
There are on the planet around 250.
And in America?
In America, I think 3 right now currently.
Who are the other 2? Do we respect them? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
I respect everybody who has passion for water.
Right.
I think that's the goal here.
Would you say that all living animals have a passion for water?
It would be nice, but I see millions of people don't care about water on a daily basis. That's the whole point why I'm doing this.
Right. So, okay. So first of all, tell me, before we get into the taste testing, how did you decide to become a water sommelier?
So I'm obviously from Germany. I think everybody can tell when I'm saying hello. Everybody's like, okay, that guy is German.
Right.
I've been raised at the Danish border up north where the Baltic and North Sea pretty much meets. And on vacation time with my parents, I was like 4 or 5 years old, I realized that the tap water in every single city in Europe tasted differently to me. And my parents, I was like, what's wrong with our son? He's not drinking the bottled water we have in the car. He's like waiting literally like until we're like stopping somewhere. And the first thing I'm doing is running to the tap and drinking the tap.
Interesting.
So I was fascinated about that. I had no clue, obviously, as a child, why water could have actually different tastes. And I have to say, I forgot a little bit in my teens. I had other things to do, let's say it like that. I used to be a DJ in Germany as well, so my passion was for a little bit more electronic music. But then in 2005, I worked in Berlin in a Michelin star restaurant, and a guest came to me and said, hey, Martin, you have so many different wines on your wine menu, but you're just serving one brand of water. And he didn't like the taste of that particular brand. And he asked me, like, what else do you have? And I looked at him and I thought, like, hey, he's kind of right. It's all about options in the restaurant business, but when it comes to water, we know this here in LA as well. The only question you might be getting from the service, like, what do you want? Still sparkling or tap?
Right, right.
So I thought I'm going to change that.
And what were you doing at the restaurant at the time before you transitioned to water small?
I'm in management, hotel and restaurant management.
Okay, I see.
That's my business.
I wonder if you have some kind of mutation or taste. You have a different taste experience than us, because to be experiencing that at a young age so powerfully, something that I would say the vast majority of people wouldn't even notice. Do you think you have some kind of different biology?
I believe that every human person on this planet has a special gift. It doesn't matter if you're maybe a comedian or you're doing great podcasts, for example, you have a gift there that you can entertain people. So other people can cook. So they have the taste abilities to recreate different taste profiles based on the different vegetables to create a new amazing dish. So that's what the chef's doing. Some other people can create beautiful music. Some other people can create beautiful paintings. I maybe can taste some water.
Okay. You're right. Everyone does have a gift when we break it down like that. How's the water tasting business? I saw a TikTok of you flying business class. I was like, damn, Martin, what's going on here? You were critiquing the water in business class, of course.
Yeah, I had a little fun with United Airlines because they were serving me a Nestle Pure Life, and that's not really up to my palate standard. Let's say it like
course,
that.
if you're, you know.
No, and I called them out for it because I think like when you're flying business class, obviously there's a shitload of money you're paying for it.
Absolutely.
So why you think it's okay to get then the cheapest water ever created on this planet? That's for me just like there's
outrageous.
It's some misconnect to me.
Right.
Like when you're paying for luxury, I expect luxury. When you're driving a Porsche, for example, you expect that the engine will hold and you can go on a track with that thing.
I think the problem, like when I first saw you on my TikTok feed, which is how I found you, I was like, this is insane. Like this, I thought it was like a joke. But the more I watched you, I understood that you actually knew what you were talking about, and I was actually ended up being fascinated by it. I think the problem is that people don't have the same taste experience as you with water. Like most people would fly that and be like, well, whatever, I don't care, it's Nestle or whatever. So I guess probably one of your challenges is to make this water experience more mainstream.
Yeah, I think it has several things to do. First of all, my German accent is like, okay, he has a European accent. This can, for some people, they love that. Some people will say like, oh my God, he's already pretentious because he has a German accent. Then the word sommelier obviously has not the best meaning sometimes by just normal people who are saying like, you know what, it all tastes the same to me. I've been certified as a water sommelier. When I said in the beginning, like I'm a water expert, they thought I'm working for the Department of Water and Power.
Right.
So that didn't fly. So I thought like, you know what, I'm gonna stick with the water sommelier title because that's just like, it kind of like makes sense what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But the last thing I am, and I think this is like the big surprise what you had as well, Ethan. In the beginning, you would think like a water sommelier, come on, this is like the most pretentious thing ever. This is ridiculous. Water is water. This is completely nuts and crazy.
Yes.
But when you're like listening to my TikToks, for me, it's more like I want to bring attention back to water because let's face it, 780 million people don't have access to that. Like they don't even have running tap water. So it's a privilege what we're doing here today to have bottled water in front of us.
So we might as well goddamn enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's a privilege as well to have running tap. And I'm not against tap water at all. I think it's extremely important to have good and safe, clean drinking tap water. And we all know that even in this country, we cannot 100% guarantee this because we know what happened in Flint, Michigan.
Absolutely.
I had Flint, Michigan tap. They gave me this in a documentary.
How did it taste?
It smelled like 2 lemons were like squeezed into your nose. That was like the smell of it. Obviously, I couldn't drink it. It's poison.
Right. You smelled it.
It smelled it. They gave me a sample. It was disgusting. It's called What Lies Upstream, the documentary. And it's
it's crazy to think that even in America, which is apparently the land of plenty, there's people who don't have safe drinking water there. How do you make money?
I'm still working in the restaurant business, obviously.
Okay.
But I'm helping water companies.
Okay.
So I'm generating obviously money as well through helping water companies, and not just water companies.
You consult for them?
I'm consulting for them, or even like a car company just approached me and said, hey, Martin, we are releasing our new car in Palm Springs. People need to get hydrated afterwards. So why not talking about the benefits of different waters to the media people when they're driving a car?
Interesting.
So it doesn't need to be just water. Or I just helped a very famous vodka company here in the States to reformulate their vodka based on the different minerals we're infusing, because water has a huge impact on all other beverages.
Wow.
So
that's pretty cool that you're becoming like a water consultant.
Yeah, in general.
That's
it
very
doesn't need
cool.
to be just water.
There, you know, guys, you can pursue any passion and you can make it happen. The man loves water. Martin.
And Ethan, I love what you just said, because I think this is so important for, in general, everybody. It doesn't matter what you want to do, but do it with passion.
Right.
Don't see it as a job. Do it with passion. Put all your energy in there. Be obviously on that niche all the time, having the same red line in your vision, and you will make it.
Do you have extra taste with anything else, or is it specifically water? Do you taste everything
wine.
robustly?
It's very interesting. Obviously, since 2005, I'm always saying drinking water professionally now, that I'm really thinking about water so extremely. And my palate changed. It's kind of like going to the gym. Well, the first day at the gym, you're like, oh my God, I cannot press that.
Sure.
But 3 or 6 months later, you're easy to do this. The same with your taste panel. You can train it. You can train and train and train. And I have actually my own academy. It's called the Fine Water Academy. I'm certifying water sommeliers around the world, online based.
You can certify that now.
Yes, I'm certifying.
So I wanted to ask you, how do you get your water sommelier credentials? You were credentialed in Europe?
Correct, in Germany.
In Germany. So this is a real school.
Yep.
For water
Been there.
tasters. So what's that like?
Yeah, it was interesting. A lot of blind tastings, a lot of going to the restroom, because that's the most important thing. When you're a water taster, you always need to know where the restrooms are.
So we're not spitting it out like wine.
There is a documentary on National Geographic that followed me to China, and you will see me spitting out the waters. And a lot of people say, like, no, this is like the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, why is he spitting out water? He cannot get drunk. But when you have to taste 120 different waters
I know.
in an hour,
It's so funny, though, to see you spitting it out.
But you need
you're
to
right.
spit out.
You're right.
Because first of all, you need to go to the restroom, and second of all, your brain at one point will say, I don't want to drink water anymore.
Yeah.
And when you have to judge waters, it's not fair for the waters you have later on in the flights, when you have to like this and you need to go. You don't want to taste them anymore. So
who has the best water in the world, would you say? Best tap water. Where have you had the best tap water?
Best tap water, Switzerland, Scandinavia. For me, it's
shout out, Love. We have a Swedish here. How's your tap water there, Love?
It's insanely good
Is
comparison
it?
to America.
You guys don't buy bottled water or any of that shit, right? You just drink from the tap.
No, never. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap water all the way.
It's night and day.
I used to drink, up in Northern California, I went to school in Santa Cruz, and we all drank the tap water there. But in LA, it tastes like shit.
It has something to do, like, the more northern you get in this country, the more rain and more snow you obviously have. So they have more access to water.
Yeah, right.
Versus here in California, especially in Los Angeles, our water comes maybe from the Colorado River. So we all know that has to be pumped over here. So they want to make sure it's safe to drink, so they're adding so much chlorine to it that literally nothing, nothing will survive.
People in LA may have noticed when I put like tap water sometimes when I don't want to go downstairs in a cup or a bottle, and in the morning it just reeks of chlorine. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
But they need to make it safe.
And even, sure, and I totally understand the government that they want to do it. But for me, my advice is, even on your skin and on your hair, this chlorine is just crazy. So therefore, my advice is just buy yourself a very super cheap, I have for $60, I think, a shower filter on my shower head.
Oh, you don't even shower in tap?
No. It's a filter, but it's $60. It's not expensive at all.
Oh, you filter the water that comes out of your tap?
And I filter what the tap water does, and then it's literally after 2 days, night and day, to your skin and to your hair right away.
That's fucking interesting. Martin might be onto some shit here.
Noted, for sure.
No, do it.
You're right, because there's chlorine in that shit.
I've been talking about since I got back from school. My hair has been so brittle and my skin has been so dry.
Oh my God.
It's the water.
No, why has nobody ever mentioned that? That's actually blowing my mind. Yo, where can I buy that filter?
When I went to America, my hair was super dry.
And that is exactly what I want to do. That is exactly what I want to do.
Wait,
it's not
Martin,
about
you just fucking blew my mind.
The fancy guy Martin who wants to drink super expensive waters. I don't care about
That's the thing. At first I thought that, but I was like, this guy's the real deal. Yo, what's the name of that filter? What's the name of that filter?
I'm about to place that order.
Spell that shit.
And I have no affiliations with them.
No,
it's just like, it's not that people think like, oh, that guy has like a contract with them. Like, nope.
What's the name?
Akvarzana.
Akvar.
Akvar and then Zana. S-A-N-A.
All right.
And inexpensive, great stuff. And they have everything. From
I
home
don't think
filter
I spelled it
systems
right.
over...
Me neither.
Okay, can you spell that for me? Because I need this shit.
Aqua, like the what is this, the Latin word for water?
Oh, aqua?
A-Q, yeah, sorry about my German accent again. A-Q-U-A, correct. And then Zana. S-A-N-A.
Accuzana.
Aquarzana.
Oh, like this. Aquazone, if you pronounce it like...
No. Zana. S-A-N-A.
Aquasana.
I thought you speak a little German. Come on, Ethan.
Well,
here we go.
Oh, yeah, baby. Guys.
Oh, look at this. Even Siri is already recognizing it.
Guys, check it out. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna try this. If you're as captivated with me right now, we're already getting crazy water tips from Martin. Aquasana. I'm sending this to Hila. I'm saying buy this shit right now. This is
and that
crazy.
we are all on the same page, because this question will for sure come up. There is no best water. Let's stop this whole nonsense of there's best, because everybody asked me this. And every water company thinks they are the best. And obviously, when you have a lot of passion for, when you own a water company, I totally get it. But there is no best water, because we're all humans. We're all having different needs. We all have different tastes.
But there's good waters and bad water.
Oh, in my opinion, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, there's, in my opinion, real water and fake water. That's what I think.
I'm just writing this Aquasana down, dude. I don't want to forget. So let me ask this. First of all, let's say you don't have a lot of money, because some of this water is like very expensive. So if you're on a budget, what's the best way to get a good quality water?
Filter tap water. Totally
Just buy
fine
a
with
filter,
me. Absolutely.
filter, put it on the tap, boom.
Done. It will do exactly the same job than the super expensive $3 or $4 high pH waters. It's all marketing.
And the pH stuff, what's your opinion on all that pH stuff?
In my opinion, it's the biggest scam on planet Earth. That's my opinion.
Even compared to Bernie Madoff, this
whole thing is completely nonsense, because let's face it, and you mentioned it earlier, because I was listening into the podcast earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
And you said like the whole pH thing. Even the American Institute for Cancer Research warns for the alkaline diet.
Really?
They even saying, and you talked about cancer, and my mother survived breast cancer. I'm very lucky that she survived, and I love my mother, so I'm very happy that she's still with us. But I know that some people trying to go to the people of especially cancer treatment facilities and saying like, yeah, you need to buy this water. This is the best water because you will fight your acidic level in your body. What is all so brutal nonsense.
So why is it bullshit?
Yeah, like what's happening when we're drinking water? It goes into your stomach. Your stomach is super acidic, 1.5 to 3.5. Literally every high pH water will get neutralized right away.
Right.
It needs to be acidic because we have to break down nutrition.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't know actually, what the second very important reason is why your acidic needs to be your body needs to be super acidic on your stomach, you need to kill bacteria. Because when we're touching a glass or we're touching a bottle or we're touching our hands, we're putting this into your mouth, there are bacteria right there. We're breathing in bacteria even. So everything goes to your stomach, it will be killed right away. That
so
we
the
don't
pH thing is bullshit because the marketing on
Nonsense.
the pH thing has been insane. Let's face it, it's everywhere. I even had a trainer when I was doing personal training. I know it doesn't look like it, but a few months ago.
Happy to help.
Really?
Sure, I'm here for you.
Water diet?
Hey, it's not water diet, but like I'm trying to stay fit, and
Yeah,
I think
you look
water,
good. You look good.
water can help you actually a lot.
So he was saying though, he's like, make sure to get this water with high pH. You know, I was like, okay, sure, why not? But that's crazy.
This is the crazy thing. Look, I'm from Germany again, Europe. So we don't care about pH whatsoever. Nobody even would think about pH. Nobody cares about that. Everybody cares about something else, and it's called TDS. And this stands for total dissolved solids.
And
so
that's
mineral
the real
composition.
thing. That's how you judge water.
Yeah, it's not just that I'm judging the water. This is like where water in general base is judged by.
So TDS, it stands for?
Total dissolved solids. And when it comes to bottled water, that means how many minerals are dissolved. When it comes to the EPA, who controls the tap water quality, they're actually warning for high TDS waters over 500 because there might be something else in there. But the FDA, who controls bottled water, does not warn for it. So I can explain to you very easily why. So the EPA, Department of Water and Power, puts the water into the pipes around, most of the times between 100 and 200 TDS. So they know exactly.
Is that the natural TDS or are they adding?
No, obviously they're adding fluoride, they're adding the chlorine that makes up the TDS as well. So TDS can be great and can be bad.
So yeah, so on face value, It needs further analysis to know
Correct.
what's in it.
So they know, but they know exactly at the Department of Water Power, when they're putting it into the pipe, they know exactly the TDS and what is made up. So from that standpoint, it's safe. But when suddenly your TDS at home is 500 or 600 TDS in your
Probably not
tap,
something good.
something happened.
Yeah.
So there may be a spillage somewhere. So you need to test that out. That's the reason the EPA tells you, please check your TDS level sometimes on your tap. When it's high, you should maybe call the Department of Water and Power, and they
Okay.
need to do some investigations. Because we
Okay.
want to make sure it's everybody's safe.
Yeah.
By bottled water, obviously, they know exactly what the TDS is when they're filling it into the bottles. So the TDS is mostly made up of the mineral content. It's safe, it's regulated by the FDA, and then
Minerals is vitamins and natural stuff that your body needs.
not vitamins, but electrolytes, for example, magnesium, calcium, sodium, potassium.
Stuff that comes from rocks and stuff
Correct.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we all learned this hopefully in high school or maybe in elementary school, the water cycle. So the water evaporates from the ocean, it goes, creates clouds, goes to the main island. Hopefully it's going to rain here at one point in Los Angeles again, because we are facing a very big drought right now, and this is actually not fun, guys. Please save water, everybody, and call out water and call out actually companies who are wasting water. That's way more important than your little water intake. What you have on a daily basis doesn't mean anything. But like the agriculture people, they are like the big
They
water
waste.
takers
Yeah.
here
Especially
in California.
Yeah.
So, by this being said, so look at the TDS, and you want the high TDS because electrolytes and minerals are great, and this is something what you actually want to have.
I see. I see. Very interesting stuff. Someone's asking, are Brita filters good? Do you approve? of
Totally
those?
fine
Yeah,
with me.
Okay.
But the only thing with Brita, they're actually a German-based company. I always loved them, but suddenly I saw them that they're selling now purified tap water in an aluminum bottle as well in the store for like $3, and that was nonsense.
I want to ask you, plastic versus glass. I know a lot of water comes in plastic bottles. Is that a problem?
That's the sad part. I would love to see more glass bottles for two reasons. First of all, it's great workout. I know glass is heavy, but hey, let's face it, you can do some workout already to carry glass bottles back and forth from the store. Plastic is just not the best container. I totally get it for convenience reason, and even some hotels forbidding you to bring glass bottles. I totally get it. Therefore, we have now aluminum as well, what I think is way better than glass. But the best container is still glass.
You think aluminum is better than plastic?
Yes.
Do you think people say the plastic bleeds into the water, can cause cancer, all that shit? Is that do you?
Yeah, there are studies been done, but this is just happening when actually the plastic bottles are getting exposed in a lot of heat.
Okay, I see.
So it's not when a plastic bottle is in a room temperature room or something.
It's just a flavor thing.
It's a flavor thing, but obviously I know as well, like Voss in a glass versus Voss in a plastic bottle, it's two different products in my opinion.
Right.
So I try to stick always with glass.
So when you say there's fake water and real water, what's fake water?
So real water is, for me, water comes from natural occurring sources. So again, water cycle, water comes down as rainwater, goes down the different salt, stone layers, and takes the minerality with them.
Okay.
Grand Canyons are built on that pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty cool that water is the universal solvent, has so much power to dissolve stuff. Incredible. It's like amazing, actually, what water does. Versus fake water is, for me, when a bottled water company sells you highly processed tap water. So they're using municipal sourced water from Montebello or wherever their facility sits. They're opening the tap, processing it. That means they're filtering everything out, all good and bad stuff.
They take all the chlorine, all the whatever out, but
all the electrolytes as well, minerals.
Yeah.
And then they're adding back very small amount of electrolytes. Then they're adding, and they're saying on the label, electrolytes added for taste, but everybody thinks for the consumer, oh, that's so cool. They're adding electrolytes. My doctor told me I need electrolytes, so I should go to buy that. These waters has barely any electrolytes added.
Why don't they add more?
Taste reasons, because they're trying to create a charming boy. They don't want to go too nuts on the taste, because then people will say, I don't like the taste.
Okay, I see.
So they want to keep it. It's kind of like cooking a soup. When you're adding too much salt, it will be very salty, your soup. And then you won't like it anymore.
So the natural occurring ones have a higher electrolyte count, but they still taste good? Is that what's going on?
It all depends on the balance, and that is the cool thing. It's kind of like when you think magnesium, for example, is green, and potassium is yellow, and you have maybe sodium, a green color. When you mix them all together, as an artist, you can create a beautiful picture. This is what pretty much nature does, and we're going to discover this today, because these brands, what I brought, taste differently. You can actually taste the origin where they're coming from.
Right.
That is a cool thing.
Right.
And that is, for me, in my lifestyle, I like to eat, when I'm, for example, eating a carrot, I want the carrot coming from the farmer's market and not pre-bagged in a small plastic bag.
Sure,
Who barely has any taste anymore.
Okay.
The same for me with water. I want that my water comes from natural occurring sources.
Do you spend a lot of money on water for your personal?
Yeah, I
consumption?
think it's all about what you want to do with your money. And some people spending money on beer, some people spending money on liquor, and
How
some
much
people
money you
spending...
spend on water a month?
It really depends. The cool thing, obviously, for me as a water sommelier, because a lot of people know me these days around the world, as well, a lot of water companies sending me samples. So I'm getting at least 3 or 4 different brands
You have
per
a
week.
ton of nice water.
Oh, I have like 50 different brands at home.
Okay, that's cool. So your need to spend has diminished.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I don't want a good quality water does not need to be expensive.
Right,
That's
right.
very important to me.
So did I ask you this? What's the best, let's say, the best value water that's like the best quality for the best price that someone can go into CVS or a gas station and find this water? What's the best
Look,
one?
you saw my videos already, and you showcased earlier the CVS video where I'm going in Florida to the CVS and saying like, yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, yes. So it's not about the branding. And I know, it's something so we're used to in America that's all about branding.
Well, there's not one you can point to like this is the good one. That
I
you
would
can
not
find.
do this
You wouldn't
because
do it.
when I say brand A like is a great tasting water, that does not mean that you will like the taste.
Right. But it's a quality water, I
So
guess.
it's about the source for me.
Yeah.
So that is way more interesting. So look at the labels, and when it says source, mineral water, spring water, or whatsoever, like
Those are
iceberg
good.
water, glacier water, that means they're actually coming from nature.
And the sources to avoid?
And then purified water, vapor distilled, or distilled water is for me something what I would never ever drink.
Really?
And I think again, that's my humble opinion as a water sommelier.
Yeah, of course.
It's my opinion. It's for me the biggest scam on planet Earth to sell the consumer
Back
a
their
marketing
own-
story, highly processed, glorified tap water, what they actually can do itself.
It's pretty incredible that they sell back the tap water to people. Like 1,000
Doesn't
times.
exist in Europe. Doesn't exist. That whole business model
Really?
does not exist.
That's so interesting.
But it exists in America. Somehow the consumer was triggered by celebrities who are smiling in the camera with some bottles and. they're
Oh,
going
so
for it.
wait, there's some really popular brands I want to ask you about. Smart Water. That one is super popular. It's expensive. Everyone loves it. Good brand?
What should I say? The word already says everything for me, in my opinion. Smart water is a marketing gimmick. What is smart about that water? Has a TDS of 38, is super low in electrolytes and minerals, and it's
People
nothing
love
else.
Smart Water. It
That's
says
smart.
wait. It says what
It's
is
boiled
this?
up tap water. That's what vapor
what is
distilled means.
what
It's
is-
a marketing word for
What is-
boiled up.
Is this just the company that makes it? Because it almost looks like Glacier.
It's Coca-Cola.
Oh, it's Coca-Cola.
It's Coca-Cola, guys.
Wow. So they really got us good with the Smart Water.
Oh, they
eh?
did an incredible job on their marketing.
Man, it's just tap
Incredible
water.
job, but it's nothing else than highly processed tap.
So
here in the States.
how did they get us with the Smart Water thing? Is it just like that they've got alkaline in it or so, or the acid
No,
levels?
Jennifer Anderson was the big thing for them. They had a contract with
Oh.
I don't know how many years.
Yeah, it says vapor distilled water and electrolytes for taste.
Correct.
Just like you said, the typical bullshit.
Yeah, and they not even. This is the problem here. There's no regulations in America when they're saying electrolytes added for taste, how many electrolytes they can add.
Right.
So when they're adding just one TDS, what means like barely anything, they can still call it electrolytes added for taste.
Interesting.
It's again, like.
So wait, guys, tell me other waters. Okay, Essentia. That's another one that's like super expensive that is super hip. Essentia water.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
This is the whole idea about the pH with Essentia. So
Oh yeah, this one is
what is
super
even
popular.
what is even overhydrating or overachieving mean?
It says overachieving
Yeah.
H2O.
They called it once locally sourced in America. Yeah, sure, it's tap.
Locally
Yeah.
sourced in America.
Yeah, they said it once on their homepage.
In the whole
locally
country,
sourced.
in the whole
It was
country of America,
hilarious.
locally sourced in the whole country.
Yeah.
So you're giving this a
Again,
a
it's
ba-
my
a-
personal opinion. I'm not a fan of Essentia.
So this is more just tap water.
It's owned by Nestle.
Oh, those fuckers. So this says
They bought it last year, actually. They bought it last year.
man, that water bit racket
Yeah.
is huge.
They
isn't it?
called it, it's a, what they calling it? Not a lifestyle product, a function water. And I think I said on my TikToks or somewhere on my social media, like the only function some waters have is the function is that you will pull out the money from your from your wallet.
Right.
So that's the only function.
So this
water
is
what these
basically,
products have.
here it says purified water,
water.
electrolytes for taste, 9.5 pH.
Yeah, great.
That's
Good.
incredible. It's just tap water, you guys.
Yeah, it's processed.
So when they say it has a high pH, what did they do to the water to increase the acidity?
Ionizing, or they're adding baking soda, maybe some companies as well, to bring the pH up.
So
But again,
not
it's
even like an interesting or expensive process.
it's a marketing story.
It's just bullshit.
It's a marketing story. And they make millions and millions and millions of dollars.
I don't know
selling
what, but
tap.
when I taste Essentia and that stuff, it does taste like a little crisper. Or is that just bullshit?
I have no clue. I refuse to drink purified waters.
There you go.
Because for me, it's
Won't
not.
even touch
No,
your
and I want to be clear that these water brands are not bad for you. It's not that like Essential Smart Water is bad. I would never
They're
ever
just
say
scamming
this.
you.
There are other TikTokers who think like this Kangen people. That's a different topic. Kangen is a multi-level marketing ionizing machine. They are nuts, these people, in my opinion, on TikTok, because they are literally saying, "Oh, when you drink Essential, you will be killed. When you're drinking smart water, it's so bad." I would never ever say this because this is crazy.
That's why I love
it's
you.
Water.
No, that's
it's
why.
H2O.
That's why I ended up loving you so much, is because you keep it real on everything.
Correct. I don't like these brands not for the quality of the water. I don't like the brands. I don't like the business model. That is the problem.
Right.
I don't like the business model that they're selling you tap. That's the thing. Processed tap.
So what other waters do you guys want me to fact check before we get on? I saw someone saying Fuji. That's a popular one.
Fiji, and yeah,
Fiji,
that's probably the most popular one I'm seeing in the chat.
That is actually a
Fiji.
very good water
There you
from
go.
the Fiji Islands. It's a artesian spring source. That means artesian means there's so much pressure on that spring source that the water comes by themselves out of the spring.
Here it is.
Has a TDS of 222. When you think about smart water, electrolytes added, around 36 TDS. This has 222.
Very interesting.
Way more. Way more.
Beautiful bottle too. They nailed
Yeah.
the marketing on
Yeah, they
that.
did a good job on that.
So here you guys can see it says natural artisan water.
Artesian water, correct. That's what you want to see on a
So
bottle.
there you go.
There's a lot of silica actually dissolved by nature. Silica is a very interesting mineral, what makes water very, very smooth. So Fiji has the really cool effect on red wines. When you're drinking or when you're into red wines or maybe acidic white wines, when we drink Fiji right next to it, it will lower the acidic levels of your white wines and the bitterness of your red wine, the tannins will go away. And it feels rounder and easier to swallow your red wines. It's unbelievable what Fiji can actually do.
That's so interesting.
So a good water should pair well and should not neutralize your palate. I have no clue who came up with this idea of neutralizing the palate. This guy was stupid. Because when you're paying a lot of money for your food and when you're paying a lot of money for your wine in the restaurant, why should neutralize it with a water? The taste what I just paid for. No, I want a water what helps the taste.
Okay,
And minerals
interesting.
doing this.
You know, I'm so jaded that when I see a bottle like this, I say this has to be bullshit from the island of Fiji, but it is. It's the real deal.
Actually a real deal.
Okay, that's good to know.
And then like non-expensive ones, I didn't brought them, but for example, Crystal Geyser. Is that totally,
Crystal Geyser.
Is that totally good water?
Really?
Arrowhead. Totally.
Arrowhead. See, that's what I wouldn't
Poland
expect.
Springs. Great water.
Arrowhead's my
That's
fave.
so
Same here.
interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't
There are
expect this
many,
one to be
many
one of the
great
good ones.
waters out there. So you don't believe this whole marketing thing.
So this one says 100% mountain spring water.
Here we go. Comes from
Damn.
a real spring source.
And they can't lie about that shit, right? I mean, that's false marketing.
That would be false marketing.
Yeah.
Some companies getting sued right away when they're doing this.
So there are people that lie about
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
like the water industry is a messy industry.
it. Interesting.
Let's face it, it's a messy industry. Look, I've been involved in that whole industry for so many years now, again since 2005, and I saw crazy things happening. Like people making claims about crazier things, and then again, some companies suddenly telling like the weirdest stories. I've been like in One yesterday. That's like a super high expensive market here in Los Angeles. They have like 3 stores, and they have Ophora water. What seems to be like Santa Barbara tap water. It's like $26 per bottle.
Wait, how's it called?
Ophora.
And it's just tap water.
It's like, no, and they're calling it, obviously, they have all this nano filtered, and then on the cellular level will hydrate. Yeah, guess what? Every water will hydrate you on the cellular level because that's what water does. It needs to bring nutrition to your cells and need to get waste out of your cells.
Wow. So don't
So
get caught
there's
up.
so many marketing lies when it comes to water. Please be careful. Don't believe
Oh yeah.
everything
Do
what
you know what
people bring up.
diamond water is? You
Yeah, I
heard of
saw that
shit?
Ross actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I
I've
have a
talked
TikTok
about this
on
a
it.
lot.
And it was on Ross. It's not from the Shores of Sunset or something.
Yeah. I made.
And she thought like she put a diamond on it or something. Or
she would run the water over a diamond.
It's too much for me. Yeah? Like all this kind of stuff, like this whole crystals and like when I see like, and nothing against yoga people, huh? Don't get me wrong, please. But when I see a person doing yoga right next to a water bottle and tells you the positive energy will now reflect the water right next to me, and this water has now positive vibes for me, and this water is now a more healing water to me, I'm sorry. No.
That's why we
That's
love you,
just
Martin.
like, I can't.
We're getting a no on diamond water. Now, diamond water, it says alkaline water enhanced with real diamonds. Are we?
And then people suddenly starting there's living in dead water. You think, what the hell is that now?
Which
like
water?
living water. That people really believe when you're screaming now at this bottle, like when I scream out Proud Sauce, like, hey, Proud Sauce, what's up? Now this water will not hydrate me anymore. And when I say to 3 Base, I love you. You're so beautiful. It will hydrate you better. There are people out there who believe this and put this on TikTok.
Okay, that's
This is scary.
That's a lot.
And I call them out for that, and this is quite fascinating. I just had a person telling me, no, it's not about science, Martin. Water has electricity, and you need to talk to an electrician.
Oh my God.
I just had this for 3 days ago, I think, on my TikTok, and I called out for that. Like insane. People are insane.
You have people getting angry at TikTok.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, you go
hilarious.
You go against the water crowd.
No, I have a lot of water companies getting angry with me too.
Yeah.
I know this.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm getting letters.
Do you ever get legal threats from?
Yeah,
really?
That happens. Look, because obviously they're building these marketing stories for years and years. This is expensive, and suddenly this German dude shows up and tells like, hey, by the way, it's nothing other than marketing.
You got to speak your truth, Martin. You're the only one out there standing against big water. Don't ever be silenced by that.
I won't.
Good.
I won't. And it's interesting to see these letters now. And obviously, when I've received my first letter, I was like, oh, what the hell?
Scary, right?
It's a weird situation, but
it's an insane thing, to sue for, because it's obviously protected speech. I mean,
Yeah, it's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
What I'm saying here, and I can back it up because in a lot of my TikToks, I'm giving the reference to universities when they're saying exactly the same. What I said, for example, the Institute or the American Institute for Cancer Research is literally warning for this whole alkaline diet BS.
That's so interesting.
They're warning for it. Do not fall for it.
So I'm going to shoot a couple more at you, and then we'll do the taste test. Boxed water.
Boxed water is better.
Look at this
purified water. This is greenwashing, in my opinion. Boxed water because
greenwashing.
Oh yeah, because it looks great. The box, and you think, oh, there's no plastic. Yeah, trust me, when this would be just a box, the water would come out right away. So they have linings in there.
There's a wax lining.
Oh, wax or plastic. And the problem is with these Tetra Paks, for example, they are barely recyclable in recycling facilities, versus plastic bottles and aluminum bottles are way easier recyclable.
It's all a gimmick.
Again, the water industry is very messy.
So this is purified water, which means just tap water.
Yep.
Wow, boxed water getting called out. What else?
They're actually nice people. I have to say, in some water companies, they connect into me like, hey, Martin, we want to learn more. And this is actually nice. Boxed Water reached out to me once and said, and I want to say this. This is actually what I honor on these. They called me up and said, hey, Martin, we saw your TikToks. We saw you were against our water. Can we please talk? And I talked to them. So this is actually nice. At least they're engaging.
So what did they have to say for themselves?
That's a problem. No, it's like I don't want to know. It's confidential talks. Obviously, what I have with them, but they need to understand what I'm doing.
It's like at the end of the day, if they're just selling a marketing ploy and their box isn't even that much more recyclable and it's just tap water, what do they have to say?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's problematic.
Yeah. Their whole company is
correct.
bullshit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think so too. But this is millions of dollars worth of company. They're billions. This whole water industry is billions of dollars worth in America.
That's so.
So when I interrupting that industry, they're not everybody happy with.
Well, a lot of people want to know about Dasani. Dasani is held to be legendary, the worst water people say ever made.
Look, Dasani. I did a TikTok yesterday. I was at downtown Disney, and I think I said to the Disney. I called out Disneyland, and I said like, "Hey, Disney, look at this. I want to see what kind of hydration I can get at downtown Disney." So they had Monster energy drinks. They had Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke, and Dasani.
Right.
These were the brands, obviously all owned by
in Disney, they only sell Dasani water.
And Smart Water, I think.
Oh, it's Smart Water, right.
And I see Topo Chico now, what I think is considered actually a good water from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to Disney, it's all about characters for you. You're creating so amazing characters, Disney. It's all about your movies. And then you have this completely bland water where it has no character whatsoever because, again, Dasani is nothing else than purified, highly processed tap water from the house of Coca-Cola. So I said it's not the happiest place on earth. I think Disney is the scariest place on earth when it comes to hydration.
There it is.
Yo!
You heard it here.
Let's debunk
The mouse is dead.
Let's debunk a big myth about Dasani.
Yeah, so everyone thinks it's salty.
Correct. Everybody thinks it's salty because when you look at the back label of Dasani, they're saying they're adding salt.
It says here.
So,
it says enhanced with minerals for pure freshness.
Yeah, it's a legal term. They have to say it. So that's every purified water company will say it. They're just dressing it up. But everybody thinks, obviously, they're adding the electrolytes for health benefits. Completely BS. So it's all about taste. So they're adding salt into it to make this water kind of like tasty. It's kind of like cooking a soup again. Like no salt, super bland, a little bit salt, tasty, too much salt, nobody wants to drink it. So Dasani adds a little salt. A lot of people thinking, because they're seeing this, and this Dasani gives this dry mouthfeel in the aftertaste. A lot of people thinking they're adding so much salt to make you thirstier by drinking Dasani, and that is actually a lie. Okay. That is completely, no, it's not true. That's
so why do you think it makes the mouth dry?
Because they're adding so few electrolytes.
Oh, it's not enough.
So it's not enough. So your body, you're starting to drink Dasani, water will look for minerals because it's kind of like off balance now. It will pull minerality from your saliva, and you have this dry mouthfeel afterwards.
A lot of people are asking your opinion on bong water. Is that drinkable?
Bong water?
Yeah.
I don't smoke.
No, but you can drink the water. No.
No clue.
No answer on bong water.
And this is what I always say, and this is maybe a big difference to me and other TikTokers. For example, somebody asked me, Martin, what do you think about baby formula water? And I said, first of all, I don't have babies. My wife and myself were not really interested in that whole thing. She thinks I'm baby enough for her. So, like, let's stop that whole idea of I have too much energy for her. And she's like, nah, this is enough for us. So I was reading up a lot of things. And then I saw different doctors talking about it. And I thought, you know what, to go now out there, to tell on TikTok or something that I would recommend this or that, but that's actually not my profession, that's not cool. So I said on TikTok, do you know what? I cannot say anything to that. And I think this is way better to sometimes say, that's just not my expertise.
Right.
I think this is way more trustful to
leave it to
myself,
the doctors for that.
And leave it to the doctors. And this is what I'm always saying. When
that's
people,
why you're a real professional.
Yeah, when people are saying, Martin, I have kidney stones, what kind of water should I drink? He's saying, talk to your doctor.
Yes.
It's the same, your doctor, you're not going to your doctor and ask them, what kind of red wine I should choose tonight for my steak.
Right.
That's my job as a sommelier.
You know, you're as real as it gets. Because I feel like most people would take this water thing and they would take it too far. And, you know.
I don't want that. I want to be the real
deal. The real deal, folks. This is Mart.
But I'm getting thirsty. We need to drink some water.
Okay, so we've got the whole, let's do it. So, so we have, are this a handful of like your favorite waters or what? How did you select these?
I just brought some waters. I think they're interesting from a taste perspective, from low TDS to higher TDS, and I think that would be interesting. I brought some waters I don't want to open. Some waters you cannot even open because they're 150 years old. But I think it's kind of a cool industry and story to tell. For example, this one here. So this is a 150-year-old water bottle. This is what water bottles used to look like. Clay bottles. There's no water in there. So but this comes from
corked.
Yeah, this comes from Niederselters. It's a little town in Germany, and when you look at the label, it says Selters. And you know all hard seltzers these days. So your hard seltzers are actually named after a little small town in Germany.
All seltzer.
All seltzer. So this is the real deal seltzer water.
This is almost like an artifact you've got here.
150 years old. Pretty awesome. And they have a mineral water museum at that little town, and the mayor gave it to me when I came.
Oh my God.
It's very nice.
Let me ask you a question. I've heard you saying that there's such thing as naturally carbonated water. How does that happen?
Especially in areas where they had a lot of big volcanic areas where CO2 is nestled, literally trapped into different stone layers.
It's got the bubbles and everything?
Yeah, and water can be. I brought you one.
That's crazy.
So naturally carbonated water from nature.
Dude.
They're not adding it artificially to it. This is natural.
I'm actually excited to try that.
Yeah.
Well, this is beautiful. Thank you for showing me that. Can you guys get a shot of all the waters and stuff? I want people to be able to see the setup here.
So the thing is, before we're starting to taste waters, I brought another brand because And you can see how crazy this whole water industry is. And a lot of people have literally no clue about water in this country. What is actually sad, and that's my whole idea. I want to bring knowledge to people because the more you know, the fewer you get scammed. Let's face it. We all know knowledge is power. And I want to protect people. So I've been on this Down to Earth with Zac Efron show with Anna Kendrick and Zac Efron on Netflix. You can watch it right now. It's streaming right now. So on the second episode, I did a water tasting. And there's one water, it's called Rife from Slovenia. And this has a TDS of 7,400. Insane a lot of minerals and has tons of magnesium dissolved. And I said on the show, this is kind of like a municipal water. So this has actually a health benefit now to your well-being. So a nutrition called me out for that in a newspaper and said, this is completely ridiculous what Martin is saying. There is no municipal water on this planet. This is crazy. How can even Netflix allowing this to say this? And I was like, that is so funny because she might be doesn't know, does not mean it doesn't exist. So I brought a bottle from Germany.
When you say municipal water, what do you mean? Does it just mean local water?
No, not municipal. Municipal. What is this like? This may be my accent again. Like that has health benefits.
Oh, it's medicinal.
Medicinal. Okay, sorry about again.
No,
sorry, guys. No. Sometimes my pronunciation is off.
So you're saying this water has health benefits?
Correct. And
she said that's bullshit.
This is completely nonsense because it's water.
Okay,
it's
interesting.
H2O.
Interesting.
So this is a natural occurring water from Germany. They don't add anything in there. They are not allowed to do this when it says natural water in Germany. But this water, when you look at this closely here, and you see this here, there's a number on it. This is the medication number of the German government.
Yep.
This bottled water actually falls under the medication law and not under the bottled water law.
Is that right?
When you look at the back label, it looks like a medication back label because they're saying exactly how much you have to drink for it, what does it do, and all this kind of stuff. So yes,
get some close-ups,
there are over 60 brands on this planet, just in Germany, for example, over 60 brands who falling under the medication law.
So if it's a medicine, what does it treat?
It does, for example, you can better digest food, for example, or it can fight kidney stones, some water.
Is that right?
So there are several things, and it's not like that some holistic doctor came up with this all this craziness. No, we're talking about scientific, proven by the government, checked up scientific studies that these waters have an impact when you're drinking them. And that is the fascinating part. So yes.
So yeah, it's got a medical on the back.
There is more to water.
That's funny that you got called out for a doctor because you're so legit. And so let's try it, yeah? Are we trying this one?
We're not trying this one. I want to try, but no, it's the only.
I need the medicine.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
And I really need to show this because
this
so many
is a special
people.
Bottle.
Yeah, it's a bottle I brought from Germany. It's the only bottle I think in the States right now.
Really?
What you cannot buy.
Is this expensive?
No, not at all. It's like $2 in Germany.
Oh wow.
Bottled water in Germany is super inexpensive. I did a TikTok where I went to a German regular normal grocery store and I looked at the water aisle and you see the price like €3 obviously, €4. And everybody thought like, it's the same price range. No, we're talking about a 12-pack of glass bottles.
Wow.
For $3 or $4.
I know there's a robust recycling system of glass bottles in Germany, right? So people actually return the glass bottles.
Yes, everybody buys their crates of waters, 12-pack. You're taking these bottles, you're drinking them, then you're taking the bottles back. In every grocery store, they have to recycle them back.
Yeah,
you don't have to go to recycling facilities.
I spent some time in Germany, and that's one thing that actually surprised me. Because in America, it's just you use, you throw out.
Nobody would throw this away.
But yeah, glass bottles, they drink sodas, they drink beers, and everything.
It's recycled.
You bring the bottles back to where you bought it.
Yeah. It's 25 cents recycling fee. So everybody thinks, 25 cents to throw them away? That's a quarter.
Adds up.
Nep.
Yeah.
And when you have 12 bottles, that's $6. No, that's $4, obviously. That's money.
Yeah.
Or $3. Sorry, my math is off today.
It's
$3.
It's a few bucks.
Yeah, that's a few bucks.
Interesting.
So, no, but let's do some waters. And I brought waters for everybody, guys, because I want that you.
Oh yeah. I want it.
Like that's important. So the first one we're gonna taste today, Proud Sauce from the Rocky Mountains.
Coop Kate says she's watching this on mushrooms and it's blowing her mind.
I love this. This is great.
Anything you want to say to calm her down?
Happy hydration.
Happy hydration.
Very important when you're on a little drugs, mushrooms, or whatever. Hydration is the key.
Absolutely.
We all know this. Dehydration is something what is really, really bad. People can actually die from dehydration and very fast. Marathon runners doing this all the time. Or even on a radio show in 2006, happened in Sacramento. They try to drink, I don't know how much water. They had the whole idea of how much water can you drink in an hour.
It's dangerous, right? You can
And
get
it's
water
super dangerous.
poisoning, right?
Water poisoning, and she passed away 3 hours
Oh my
after
goodness,
this
that's
radio
so
show.
sad.
I remember that. It was
Yeah.
Did they get charged?
Yeah, they get shot.
it was hold your pee
Whoa.
for a wee. Like they were
Correct.
trying to win an unattended wee.
Unbelievable what happened there.
So what happens when you get water poisoning? Are you aware, or do you know that mechanic?
So it's all about the electrolyte level. So therefore, water is not just H2O. Good hydration is not just taking water into your body, because where does water go and where does it need to go? It needs to go to the cell. And the cell just will get the water when there's off balance of electrolytes. So that water will be absorbed to the cell and will be released by the cell. And therefore, it's magnesium, calcium, sodium, all these electrolytes are essential for hydration. So when you're completely parched and you need like really a lot of hydration, it's not healthy to drink 2 or 3 bottles of water right away. It's way better to drink a bottle of water and eat an apple. Because in that apple, there's tons of electrolytes, and this is way healthier for your body than just drinking water.
So what killed her? Just because when you get water poisoning, you just drink too much and it's taking all
Correct.
the
It will
salt
talk all the salts out,
of
and
your
this happens
body.
as well with marathon runners when they're sweating and sweating and sweating and sweating, and they're drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking water, because the professional marathon runners, you don't see them drinking on every little water station, because they know better. Because it's the off balance of the electrolytes, and your body cannot function anymore when you're off balance of electrolytes.
That's interesting.
It's super dangerous.
So what do we have here?
So we have a natural occurring water from the Rocky Mountains. I
Proud
love
source.
these guys, Proud Source, because
Wait,
this
hold on. It has an alkaline notice, 8.5.
doesn't mean for me that it's bad. Natural alkaline water can be interesting, but the idea, they at least don't claim
it's
that
natural.
that this does anything to your body. They're just saying it, but they don't say
That's fair.
it has health benefits.
Yeah, it's fair. Okay, so where's this one from? It says mineral and electrolyte water naturally occurring from where?
McKay is a
McKay,
little town.
Idaho.
Yeah,
Cheers.
166
Do we cheers
TDS.
water?
Sure, so we should
Everyone
cheers
got
to
some water? Okay, here we go.
What I think is cool about this little company is, it was a mining town back in the days. McKay, they didn't have mining anymore, and they thought like, okay, our town will literally like everybody will move away, and they thought we have good water here in the Rockies. Why not starting a water company to support the little town? And they made it. It's really, you can find them now everywhere around the States. It's a really cool company. I met them personally. They're the nicest and sweetheartest people ever, and I love to work with people where actually there's a passion behind it. It's not just a big corporation who has like some Excel sheets.
It's a little chalky in a good way. Do you
Yeah,
pick that up?
I like this.
Right? It's got a little something there at the end.
It clearly has a little taste profile.
Yeah.
It lingers pretty long on your palate. It's not right away gone like Dasani sometimes does. It doesn't give you this dry mouthfeel. It lingers nicely, but I like this water. I think it's a nice daily hydration water.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much does a bottle of that cost?
I think $2 or
$2. There you have it, guys.
I think, sorry, I'm so
What do
bad
we
when it
like?
comes to pricing. But
I'm in.
Dan loves it.
Absolutely.
Very good. Very nice.
okay,
Tastes good.
let's do
Is there a proper way to taste water?
3 base.
Or is it just like drinking wine?
First of all, I have them all on room temperature. That's, I think, the first thing you maybe noticed.
Okay, room temperature.
Because you want to taste actually everything, and when you would chill them extremely down,
You can't taste anything.
correct, because you chill down your palate. That's the problem. That's the reason why I think Coca-Cola always says, please chill me, because we all know a
like
warm
shit.
Coke.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want that. 3 base, cool story about them, comes from down under, from Australia.
Premium Australian mineral water, 3 bays.
TDS of 1,300.
That's pretty high, right?
That's super high. Almost unheard of for still water to be that high.
And so this is going to have more of a flavor because it has higher.
It even has a different texture, I think.
Oh my God, it really does.
Is this crazy? How heavy that water is?
You're right.
It's almost like olive oil.
You're right. It's very thick.
It's the funny thing about them is
That's
it
very
takes that
interesting.
water. When I think about age of water, we always know every water is super old because it's the water cycle.
Oh my God.
But
Right?
this water
Yeah.
is kind of like 2,000 years old. That means when it's rainwater and the rain comes down to the ground. That's for me when I'm saying it's an aged water. So it takes 2,000 years to pass through all the different mineral levels
Wow.
until it comes up
That's
by
why
a
it's
spring
so
source.
thick.
That's the reason it has
Oh.
so much minerals dissolved.
Wow.
Think about this. The last time that was rainwater was pretty much when Jesus was still floating around here.
It's pretty good.
Pretty awesome. Interesting water.
It definitely has a very unique taste.
Oh, clearly.
which is really interesting.
I'm always saying it's a love-hate relationship water.
Guys are saying
they love it. Some people, oh my god.
A lot of people are saying liquid death. I see you brought a can of that.
Yeah,
so
we will open it.
We're gonna do one.
We will open it.
What's real interesting? I think Americans specifically are so used to drinking this purified water. Like I don't think I ever tasted water like this.
Me either.
It's real heavy.
It's very thick.
Yeah.
I would have laughed at the idea of somebody trying to tell me that water is thick.
100%.
After tasting this water is
That's
thick.
thick water.
This is thick water.
And
There's no
that's
way to describe
again,
it.
We all agree here, huh?
This is why
It's
I love
thick water.
Martin, because I would have on face value said this water is such bullshit, and the more I watch, I was like, this guy actually is talking about some shit. And well.
And again, I
wow.
totally get it when you're watching my TikToks and I'm telling you about all the different flavors in water, and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? What you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it right now here by yourself, then you're like, oh my god. So the only thing I actually sell on my social media accounts are water boxes. So you can go into my link tree, and I'm sending you 6 different waters.
Oh,
and then I'm doing online water classes.
Oh, that's
you can
great.
book me to online, and I'm doing this.
What's your website?
Martin-Riese.com.
What's your last name?
But actually, not go to my homepage, go to Nick's Waters. So go to my social media, whatever, Instagram, TikTok, and there's a link tree.
Someone send me the link tree, and then I'll tell everyone to go visit it. Yeah.
And then you can actually buy a water box from me, curated with 6 different waters.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then you can try them by themselves. There's a little note to it. You can try them by yourself, or you can book actually an add-on where I'm going on a Zoom with you, with some other people, with like 20, 30 people, and we're doing a tasting together.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people interested in this.
Because that's actually really cool and
people
fun.
are going to really like this. I think you're going to get a lot of interested people here. So if you go to his link tree, we'll put this in the description, and you guys put that in the chat.
I just put it in the chat. Yep.
So here it's just linktree.martinriese, R-I-E-S-E. Here is his thing. And again, we'll put the link in the description for anyone that wants to check it out. And then what do we go to the homepage?
No, homepage virtual water tastings event. Then Thursday you get your tasting box. No, it was like wonderful.
Look at this guy.
Here we go. A hydrated one.
Man, this is so cool what you're doing. I got to say.
But go back on the link tree, and then Thursday get your tasting box from Martin. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, the tasting box.
Here we go.
Okay, very cool. Very
you
cool.
Can click on
this
that,
is the one we just tried, 3-Bay.
Correct. And it's always switching out. I always think what I'm getting, like what kind of interesting brands I have, and you can book this. The problem is, and I'm so sorry guys, I think I'm charging 35 or something for the tasting box, but the problem is it's heavy, it's glass bottles.
Shipping is insane,
Shipping
right?
is insane.
Yeah, water's
So I'm sorry guys, it's not like that I'm making tons of money with this, because there's tons of work to put all these water boxes together.
Yeah.
Shipping is super expensive, like an additional $30 or something.
Yeah, water,
so
makes sense.
I'm sorry, again, I would love to get it cheaper for you guys, and because I strongly believe...
You should open a water store.
Yeah, something like this. I'm really thinking about it. Maybe to... We will see.
I wonder if that would be a hit, a water store.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? People who maybe saw this right now, I opened Socosani from Peru, and it says still water.
So what do you make when they say superior mineral water?
Okay, superior,
that
premium, that's all marketing.
It's just
again.
bullshit.
That's marketing words, and I understand this. But Socosani is actually a very cool, interesting water from Peru.
Peruvian Andes Mountains.
Yeah, has a TDS similar to 3-Bay's, a little bit higher actually, of 1,390.
Okay, wow, pretty high as well.
Yeah, the interesting part is, you see it here on the bottle. They're saying it's still,
it's
but
carbonated.
There's clearly carbonation in there.
That's 100% carbonated.
So this is an effervescent water. This is a still water by regulations, but there's tiny bubbles in there.
This is crazy,
from nature.
guys.
When you pour this, you see it as well. There are some bubbles, but this is their still version.
So is this what you would consider naturally carbonated?
I would call it natural effervescent water. It's like super low, because now, boy, the second sip, you barely have the carbonation.
So effervescent is like a step below carbonation?
Yes, it's like super low.
Try that. Is that crazy?
But it's super interesting.
Ooh, I
That's
like that.
so nuts, dude.
This kind of, I wanted to ask, because up until now we've been talking primarily still water, but what's your thoughts on bubbly water?
Now the 3 next one are bubbles.
Oh, okay.
You love bubbles,
sure.
right?
Oh, I love
You're
bubbles.
down with bubble water.
And it's just
bubble water.
Bubble water hydrates the same as water.
It's a myth, guys. Don't believe the crazy ones on TikTok who telling you when you're drinking acidic water or carbonated water, you're gonna die in the next 2 years. It's all nonsense,
So
guys.
LaCroix, if you
Please.
drink a LaCroix, it's just the same as drinking a glass of water. It's just water.
Yeah, LaCroix obviously is adding other stuff because it's taste flies. And
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of LaCroix because it's purified again. So
Yeah,
there's
okay.
other things. So I think when you want to have taste in your bottle, a lemon taste or something like this, get yourself a good spring water, a good mineral water where carbonation is, and then squeeze yourself a nice lemon into it. Way healthier because then you're getting actually nice minerals and vitamins as well.
By the way, that is my favorite one. That is so nice.
I'm into it.
I can't believe that's a
Awesome.
natural flavor.
Great water, huh?
Yep.
Very tasty.
But again, very small.
How much that
little
one cost?
people. I have no clue.
Couple.
$3 maybe,
Yeah.
$4.
Wow. That's
Is it weird to say it's kind of sweet? Like
I
there's a
actually
little.
it
like
is.
this. No,
Yeah.
I think it's the same with Fiji. Fiji is slightly sweet as well in the aftertaste, and I think Sukursani is the same. When you don't like acidic waters, when they're like a lot of carbonation in it, we have one Vichy is very intense later on, and you like them more like super mild.
I'm gonna piss myself, so I'm gonna. Could you
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm gonna dump it the
Yeah,
extra.
that's
out.
a different fetish, what we don't want to discuss today.
Yeah. Very
Look,
good.
I'm German, huh? We're like,
Yeah. Piss and scheisse. Is it true about the scheisse we hear about in Germany?
there's so much crazy stuff going on in Germany, you don't even want to. But hey, this is the cool thing. At least we talk about this in German, and we are easy, and we are like fine with that. And this is so strange when it comes, obviously a little off topic right now, but here in America, everybody is so uptight when it comes to sexuality. I have no clue what's going on. Like you can show boobs in Germany, that's totally normal.
Like I said, one of the
fine.
things that blew my mind, I was 18 years old, watching TV late at night, and there was tits, bro.
Everywhere.
It was insane.
Even newspapers.
So
like
this
everywhere.
is Liquid Death. This is actually one I've been seeing around. I didn't know it was sparkling water. So is this natural
So they have
sparkling
still
water?
and sparkling. This is added carbonation.
This is added straight from the Alps.
Yep, it comes from the Austrian Alps, so it's mountain water.
They also say we donate 10% of all the profits to help kill plastic pollution.
What I like.
Wow.
There are some water companies having like this giving back, and I like this. I think it's a great, good cause. I'm working, for example, with Viva Con Aqua. It's a non-profit organization out of Germany, and we're trying to raise money to help people in need, and they're taking the money, not giving it to a government, because they're taking the money and building, they have their own team and building wells where people don't have access to clean, safe drinking water. I think that is a cool thing. When you go to my TikTok or my Instagram, you see supporting Viva Con Aqua. And it would be means a lot to me, guys, when you maybe have $2 or $3 for them to help others. Because again, it's a privilege what we're doing here, guys.
So this is from Austria, I noticed, the Liquid Death. Now, when you talk about these like 2,000-year-old water from, for example, Australia, the one that was heavy we described, how do they mine that water? How do they access that water?
It's so funny. I know Olaf, the owner, very well from Three Base. And he told me this story when he discovered this water, it was by accident. So he bought a house with a nice land, and he was wondering, why are there all the kangaroos like hanging out at this little like thing there down there? So he walked down there and realized there's a spring source, natural spring source coming
just
up.
a little well of water.
Yeah, a little well of water, and the kangaroos were drinking this. And he thought like, oh, that's kind of cool to have my own water, but obviously we don't know if this is safe to drink. That's what I highly recommend everybody as well. Please, guys, don't go just to the rivers when maybe water looks great. Does not mean it's safe.
Right.
There could be bacteria, what you cannot see. Microbacteria is actually a thing. Like it's like, please don't do that.
You got to boil the water. to get it out of the
Please
river,
boil
right?
the water or let it check out. Like, don't think, oh, it comes from a river. Now we are back to nature and it's all so cool. I see again TikTokers all the time doing this.
The thing is,
It's
animals
dangerous.
drink that, but their stomachs, we are not evolved to live in the
Totally
wild
different.
like that. Their stomachs
Correct.
kill that bacteria, right?
Please don't. It can be maybe great, but it can be very poison to you too.
Yeah, it can make you very sick.
Correct. So please don't do
There
it.
you go, Martin here.
Don't do this,
Spitting
guys.
facts.
Yeah.
So
So-
I like this one. I like it. You know. So how do they mine it though? So he's got a little spring there, and then they just set up like a well and
Correct.
extract
So
it?
they realized that they sent it over to a lab to make sure it's actually safe to drink.
Yeah.
And they found this very unique water because the lab said like, oh my God, there are like 27 key minerals dissolved in your water. That's the reason it's so thick as well, because there's tons of minerals dissolved.
Interesting.
It's awesome. So they built obviously a little facility around that that they can now get that water into the bottles.
It was just on his land.
It was on his land.
Wow.
They found it by accident.
How interesting.
It's cool. I've been to several springs where they literally had it by accident. I have there's a spring source in Germany. It's called Radius 99. It's super small. That means the name made after the radius, just 99 kilometers. In that area, they are supporting and distributing this water. But they don't believe in shipping water from A to B. Because Because obviously we all know it's a problem for the environment. And I'm clearly about this, and for sure some people had a comment already, this is insane to bring a Fiji bottled water from A to B. It's like thousands of miles away, but let's face it, where does your red wine comes from? Maybe the French Bordeaux is great as well. You cannot get the same quality here maybe in California.
Yeah.
So it's the same with water. And this is, I think, it needs to be a balance. When you just want to hydrate yourself, please drink filtered tap. I cannot stress it enough. Do not buy bottled water when you don't care about taste. But when you care about taste, sometimes it's cool.
Filtered water is totally fine. You just don't like that they're scamming people in the bottle.
Don't buy it in a store.
Yeah, got it.
That's just insane.
And can you mine a natural spring? Like, how do these guys in Australia with this spring we were talking about, he found it by accident on his property, how does he make sure he doesn't over mine
in many countries it's forbidden by law to overmine the waters?
Okay. And
they have been checked out by the government all the time. For example, in Europe, when you see a European brand, you can be certain it's sustainable sourced. Because it happened just with Badois. Badois is an incredible, amazing, cool, sparkling water from France. And I loved that water. And you could find it pretty much in a lot of restaurants suddenly in Los Angeles. And for around 2 years ago, they stopped selling it here in the States. And I was calling like the company saying, what's up, guys? What's happening? Saying, yeah, climate change is real. Saying, what does that mean? Yeah, it doesn't rain so much anymore in France. It's getting warmer and warmer. So the spring source does not provide so much water anymore, so we had to stop selling in several countries. So when you want to have Badois, you can just exit this right now in France.
Wow, so that's crazy.
Scary. But I like Liquid Death. They did a good job on their marketing, obviously, but it's actually a real water from a real natural occurring source, has had TDS of 170, what is, again, way more electrolytes than an Essentia or Smart Water, for example. Pretty awesome.
Wow. I love that the effervescent one is still my favorite.
Oh, the Sucasani is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. So Casani. No, it is. It's insane.
Peru is great. Vichy Catalan, very interesting water from Spain. So I'm calling
somebody was asking about this water in the chat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We have a water connoisseurs in chat?
We have apparently a lot of water connoisseurs in the chat.
So what do we have here?
So this is a high content mineral water from Spain, a little bit northern of Barcelona.
So it says carbonated mineral water. Is this naturally carbonated?
Natural carbonated.
Dude, that is so cool. Oh, wow. So this is very interesting. It has a lot of sodium.
Oh, yeah. Over 1,000 milligrams of sodium in a liter.
This is kind of nuts. One serving of this water is 18% of your daily sodium. I have never seen that in my life.
This is great for people who like extremely exercise. Like gym.
Right.
You're maybe in the heat wave, you need to hydrate yourself. That thing has tons of minerals dissolved.
Wow. That is very interesting.
That's like a sports drink.
It's like Gatorade without the sugar.
Without the sugar and from nature. That is the cool thing. And that is what water does. There's so much difference.
I would have never dreamed in a million years you could just pull this out of the earth. You guys, I can't describe it. It's like a flavorful, carbonated... It's crazy.
You taste the sodium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's super
good,
salty.
though. I like it.
I've been on the...
Very good.
I was on the Conan O'Brien show for several years ago, and he spitted it out. He's like, come on, man, you give me ocean water.
He's being dramatic. It tastes amazing.
I love that.
He's just trying to be funny.
This and Reposado tequila, unbelievable.
You mix them?
To mix that, it's insane. It's like a cocktail by himself.
Oh. That's like
awesome.
Isn't that incredible?
You're suddenly getting from this Reposado, you get suddenly this caramel notes.
Wow.
And you know, caramel and salt is pretty awesome. That is mind-blowing. This and Reposado, insane.
I think I'm going to be buying some artisan water after this, which is kind of insane to say.
You know, when this one hits your tongue, it's like you want it to be a Gatorade. It tastes like almost like the first sip of a Gatorade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or like when you get a mouthful of the ocean, a little bit.
Oh, so it does taste like that.
You know?
I'm not getting ocean
bubbly.
vibes.
But the TDS of ocean water is
kidding.
33,000.
A little high.
We don't want to drink that.
Right.
Because that is like our kidneys
watered
cannot
down
process
ocean.
and filter the high content of that TDS. Therefore, ocean water would be actually poison for us.
Can I ask you, what do you think about desalinated water? That's an interesting new development.
Yes,
water.
and it's very important. I'm a big supporter for this. And I know Israel, I was in Israel for 4 years ago. I helped a water company over there. And first of all, I love that country. Unbelievable. I never been to Israel. I had the best time ever. I was in Tel Aviv. Wow.
I don't know if you know, my wife is Israeli.
No, I know.
Oh, you know, okay.
I blew my mind.
Yeah, it's
And
beautiful.
I was at the Holy Wall, and for me, I had one of the most interesting scenarios in my whole life. I was standing there at the Holy Wall, and obviously I'm German, so I know the pressure of history was putting onto me. Because I know obviously what my not that old, I'm not that old, or like he's not that old, but like what the
forebears,
two generations prior to me did.
Right.
So I know this, and what my generation does now these days, we have to make sure it will never happen again from Germany in general. Something terrible and disgusting and whatever that was. It was obviously crazy maniacs who was running Germany. So I was there and watching the people washing themselves on these two big, like, it was not spring sources, but they had like these fountains. And they had like very interesting, they washed their hands with water before and cleaning themselves before to pray. And I was standing there as a water sommelier, and this was for me one of the most fascinating parts in my life.
Interesting.
To see the scenario of engagement to water and religion. I enjoyed this.
They do that a lot. It's part of the ceremony of certain holidays where you bring a bucket and you have to wash your hands, just ceremonially, you know.
I like this. I think it's
There you
great.
go.
This is showcasing the.
Yeah, there it is.
Correct. It was right there.
So you fill up the, you know, the bucket, and then you just kind of rinse your hands.
And for me, this is what we all should do. We should honor water. And I know it's kind of strange because we have a very strange relationship to water in general. We're all humans, because the first thing how we're engaging with water is we are peeing and.
Go ahead, say it.
And shitting on it.
Thank you, Martin.
On a daily basis.
Right.
So it's kind of strange.
What are you opposed to pissing and shitting in water?
I'm not exposed, but I think there's new technologies, and we all know this when we're going to restrooms these days. There's now urinals where they don't use water anymore.
Yeah.
What I think is the first great step.
How we get rid of shit without running water?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because clean ass is a good ass. Let's face it.
Do you use a bidet, Martin?
I saw your bidets here. I love that.
You use a bidet?
Yeah, bidet in the studio.
Let me ask you this: you shower with purified water. Does your asshole get squirted with purified water?
I have a home filtration system, so everything.
Oh yeah, my man. You got a nice moisturized asshole there, buddy.
I feel very comfortable right now here on my seat. Yeah.
So, wow.
Like, we're having fun. That's good. I have one more, and this is a German brand. It's called Nevers water. But and this is a water. This is not about hydration anymore now.
Okay.
This is a water. That whole idea about that is. It's more like a celebration water, and I think it was great to just show
them the bottle.
Yeah, what we just saw in Jerusalem.
It looks like champagne. It's packaged. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
when
champagne.
people are honoring water, and let's face it, there are people out there who don't drink alcohol these days for religious reasons or for health reasons or just they don't like the taste. So there are millions actually out there, and why not when they want to celebrate New Year's Eve or Christmas or something? What are they gonna cheers with?
So this is. What is table water? It's a sparkling table water.
That is a very interesting part. So this water comes from two different mineral spring sources in Germany. But the regulations are so strict in Germany that they're saying when you're calling it natural spring water, it has to come from one single source.
Okay, interesting.
This comes from two. So this is the first cuvée water. The same what wine people are doing. They're mixing, for example, a Merlot with Cabernet Franc together, and then they are creating a new taste profile. They're doing that with two different spring sources to create a new taste of the balance of the different minerals. The TDS is 2000.
That's very. Is that the highest we've tried?
No, the Vichy is the highest.
Oh, okay.
With 3000.
Now this looks expensive. How much is this run?
I think this is like 30 or 40 bucks.
Okay, wow.
Per bottle. So that's again, this is not for hydration anymore. And don't think
it comes in this box.
This is the limited edition what they're having. And this bottle is $1,500.
Really?
What I brought today. So we're gonna drink this.
Yes.
But this is a limited edition. This is number 1 from from 2019.
Whoa, we got the Mickey swag. Ironic, they have the worst water in the world, theoretically.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, here they are on this bottle. Wow.
It's pretty cool. I like this. It's the Magnum, so 1.5 liters. They have their Swarovski crystal, the bling version as well, where the
put
whole...
it on the corner where the camera is because the green screen is actually keying it out a little bit.
So here we go. You guys can see this interesting art.
Yeah.
It's a nice bottle.
Nice, very nice
And again,
bottle.
it has nothing to do with hydration anymore, guys. This is nothing now. Don't think like, oh my God, Martin tells us we need to buy $30 worth of one bottle of water. Completely nonsense. This is something you want to celebrate, but you don't want to drink.
Is this the same water that's in this?
Exactly the
Is this
same.
just a limited
Yeah,
edition?
it's just the
bottle?
limited edition that's usually so expensive.
Is that a Rolex crown on the other side of it?
No, it's their house crest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're talking about this?
No. The you
Or
turn
on
it, keep
the
turning.
seal here?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
this one, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a Rolex.
It's the artist who went nuts a little bit there.
So here, let's so get a load of this, guys. We got the it's must be really carbonated. It's
Interesting, obviously classic case.
it's bottled like champagne.
But this can happen, and you can see even a water sommelier sometimes cannot even open their own bottles because now
It broke.
it broke that little thing, and I cannot open it.
Do we have a pliers?
We need something
Yeah,
to
we got you.
unfix this. Yeah.
And
Sorry,
so what
guys.
happens if this happens at a table? What are we doing?
No, on a regular basis, when I'm working in the restaurant, I always have my wine key with me, but
Then you
I wouldn't bring it today to the podcast because I literally didn't thought that this could happen.
Well, I want
huh?
my money back.
But this
Marty.
can happen.
I demand
Even with a
refund.
regular champagne, it can happen.
So
But that thing will pop. It's gonna be fun.
so it's very carbonated
Yeah, it's like champagne.
and so is this a popular water or is this kind of
No,
underground?
it's underground.
Yeah. Okay.
Many waters. What I showcased today. Vichy is pretty big in Spain. It's the #1 consumed Spanish water in the Catalonia area.
Oh wow. Okay.
So they're drinking this all. And Vichy, yes, is pretty heavy in taste. But when you're eating, for example, barbecue, having a nice steak or something like that, or short ribs on your grill, and then you're drinking Vichy, unbelievable good. It's really cool. It's not that salty anymore suddenly. What is very unique. It's very nice.
Well, we
No, not a wine key.
Pliers,
Something that we can
something,
that we
any
can
kind of
unwire
tool.
this here.
Yeah, I got pliers.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Or maybe a knife or
So
something
tell
that
me,
we can try to get this off.
when did you move to America?
2011.
And
Yeah,
what brought you
right
here?
there.
There, perfect. Thank you, Dan.
So I have water actually brought me over. I have an O1 visa for extraordinary abilities. On
Really?
my knowledge of water.
Dang.
I think I'm the only guy on the planet.
Good.
Yeah, just correct. And then I can open it.
So, I know it's not easy to get those visas. Was it hard to
So,
prove that you're actually a water?
Half year, 400-page petition. Interview at the consulate in Berlin because I was still in Germany back in the days, and they all looked at me like I'm almost like the craziest person they ever met.
Right.
So they never had an O1 visa for
Water taste.
for water on a
Yeah.
regular basis to get people like an idea what O1 means. It's like the Albert Einstein visa. So when you're like a actor and you're applying for the O1, you better win the Oscars or the Emmys. When you're a scientific person, you better be have a Nobel Prize or something like this. So you have to reach the top of your field. Then you're considered O1 potential.
Right.
Just 2% of all visas been issued by the American government are O1s.
That's
The hardest
incredible. That is
visa.
incredible.
And I have it on water.
So, was it
Perfect.
Did you work with a lawyer or did you write?
Oh
all
yeah,
that
no,
yourself?
I
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
work with a
yeah.
lawyer. So let's.
Did the lawyer be like, "What? You can't do this" when you came to them?
He came up with the idea.
Oh, really?
He said, my immigration lawyer said, Martin, everything what you do there in Germany is quite fascinating. You wrote a book about water. You're doing so many things already in Germany about water. So it's not an LA thing. Because a lot of people always thought when I came, oh my God, LA has a water sommelier. Classic LA. That's such LA thing. Yeah, no, I did this already since 2005 in Germany. Huh? That's not a LA thing. Let's open this. I'm going to pop
All right,
this, huh?
let's celebrate.
Hopefully nothing will like
Go ahead.
explode here, but I think that would be fun.
No, you
let's
should be
see.
good.
I think so too, huh? Hopefully the dogs won't go nuts.
There's nothing.
Woo! Here we go.
So water. Okay. So this is the most expensive bottle we've tried, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
And thank you, by the way, for
Yeah,
sharing it with
definitely.
us. Cheers.
and again, price does not matter about quality. I don't
Right.
want that you're taking away the thing is like, oh my God, there's just trying all this expensive stuff and good water needs to be expensive. It does not need to be expensive, guys. I cannot stress it enough.
Now, is this naturally carbonated? No.
No, they're adding it too as well. But I like that. The carbonation is It's intense in the beginning, but it's actually then very easy to swallow. It's not that aggressive anymore, like a Perrier, for example. Perrier is like very bold or a Topo Chico. Like these are the waters that have like tons of carbonation.
Now you said I've heard you say Perrier is naturally carbonated.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. I don't know why that just is so crazy to me.
Perrier is a good water.
Mm-hmm.
I like Perrier.
Very nice.
This is very carbonated.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Oh yeah. Like that's the idea of champagne. Like that this heavier carbonation, you want to pop it open. This is like it's a pretty cool water.
I love that.
Oh, that's good.
It like disappears in your mouth.
That's some good water, folks.
Ooh.
Melts in your mouth.
Very good.
Cheers, Martin.
Cheers, my friend.
To a one of a kind. And I gotta say, what an interesting guy. Thank you for coming and sharing your story with us.
Always here for you.
And you know,
everybody.
Oh, there's one more I wanted to ask you about. Blackwater. You've seen that stuff?
Yeah.
What's the story there?
They have two sources. Blackwater, one of the bottles that are saying it's spring source, the other one is purified. And again, I'm not into purified, so therefore, I don't know.
It's actually black, though. What's that about?
Yeah, it's black. I'm not 100% even sure how they're adding this in the blend of Volvic trace minerals, correct?
Yeah.
It's a water beverage. It's not a water, in my opinion, anymore at this point.
Yeah.
It's a near water product.
Okay.
And I don't have any feelings to them.
Okay, there you have it.
I gotta be neutral.
But you know, I just got to give it up because you really blew my mind and just turned upside down something that I would have thought was so ridiculous. And I've actually learned something really incredible and new, and I have a new respect for water. I got to say it. And I'm a very cynical person. I really am.
It's true.
I am just
one of the most cynical.
I really am.
Some say the most cynical.
But,
I got to say.
But Ethan, overall, the whole idea of what I'm doing, it's not just about drinking water to be fancy here in the studio and like, oh my God, there's so many different tastes. It's all about, hey, when we know water has taste, we start maybe to rethink our use of water, because suddenly water has value, because we're not just thinking, oh, it's just tap, oh, it's just water.
Right.
And my hashtag is always water is not just water. There's so much more to discover, and we're starting to rethink water. When we're starting to respect water, we may be helping others to gain access to clean and safe drinking water, and we're helping our environment maybe to make a little bit better choices to select the right waters for us too. So
Wonderful.
that's the key here, and I'm always saying in the last thing of my TikToks, remember water is not just water, and stay hydrated, my friends. And I want to say to everybody as well, stay hydrated. That's the most important thing. Love each other and be hydrated.
Beautiful message.
Big water fan here. Would love Martin's opinion on Hawaiian volcanic water.
Great one.
Is that the actual name of the brand?
Yeah, Hawaiian volcanic water. There's another one, Waiakea, great water, very nice water. Then, what's the actor name? What's Aquaman? So bad the water sommelier does not know the name of Aquaman right now.
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. So he's supporting a water brand right now. I don't even know what the water brand's called anymore. I did a TikTok about it. And when you think he's from Hawaii and they have such amazing, cool, great waters, I don't understand the concept why he supports now a water brand what is nothing else than highly processed.
I know why.
Water. And not even from Hawaii. It's from somewhere else.
I know why.
It's so strange.
They've paid him a shitload of money.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It's
why.
for me like, and that's
Here
mostly I'm saying no to water companies. I'm very selective.
This is Mana Alu. I don't know what it is. Let's unplastic our planet. Okay.
Yeah, but then drink tap. That's all.
Yeah, drink tap. What?
Yeah, so we don't even need that waste.
Oh, that's true, right?
Pure, purified
12-pack
water.
for.
And the name is terrible. And the bottle, who came up with that terrible marketing design? Like, nobody can read that.
It conjures
like, really, it's bad.
It conjures a feeling of Hawaii, but it's actually not even bottled.
But then look at Waiakea from Hawaii, what they did to their aluminum bottle. Way nicer. Waiakea. So much nicer.
I have no idea how to spell that.
No, Waiakea with a W.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
So here is an actual water.
And that's actually a real water from a real source.
Waiakea.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And look at their aluminum bottle.
Beautiful.
They have PET and aluminum, but the aluminum bottle, they knocked it out of the park.
Now they say healthy. What do you think about that claim?
Sure, every water is healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a bit of
Again, every water will hydrate you. Like this whole...
There you have it. Well, I got to say, Love that, Martin. Thank you so much for taking the time. Guys, if
Always.
if you're interested in following Martin, we're going to drop his link tree in chat.
It's in the description and
Thank you
a
so
link
much,
to his
Phil.
TikTok and his YouTube channel. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, appreciate all the love.
What a
Absolutely.
joy.
Thanks
what a
again,
joy,
everybody. And
Martin.
everybody, thanks for all the support
Amazing.
here.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much. Wow, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think everyone's running to go pee now. Oh yeah, we'll help pack all that up there.
All good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, always here for you.
Oh, I gotta say, one of those waters, I think I'm gonna buy.
I have
What was the naturally carbonated one?
Sukasani?
Yeah, was that the one that I liked? Sukasani? Dude, you gotta get on that Sukasani.
Yeah, but I know the owners very well, Oliver, so let me know. And I for sure can connect you with them.
Get it on tap?
You know, but don't buy it extremely expensive in a store.
Let me see if I look on Amazon. Sukasani. It's running for what? $30.
Yeah, that's the reason. Don't think Amazon. Wait.
$30 for 8. Holy
You
shit.
get it for a better price.
Holy fuck. All right. There you go, guys. Water is not water. Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, I do have to pee really bad. I had to
I
pee
bet
before
you
even
do.
Martin came, and now I really have
How
to
bad do you
pee.
have to pee right now?
Really bad, Joe.
Genuinely, I'm cynical like you. I've
Of
always
water?
been like, I'll drink whatever water.
Yeah.
I don't care. Those were some of the best waters I've ever had in my life.
Very unique.
He knows what he's talking
He's
about.
a badass, dude.
Dude,
He was
water
fucking
sommelier.
amazing. It's like the
Shout the fuck out, dude. And I love that he's just talks shit on all these shitty waters, too. He doesn't pull back. I gotta pee. Also, this is super exciting. Martin made a video about me and Hila. We made a date.
Martin approved naturally.
Yo, we had a date night and we got bottled sparkling water, and they gave us this water. This was the best part of the meal, called Farella
Sparkling water.
naturally carbonated water. And I was like, yo, Martin was gonna love this shit, and he did, you guys.
This is Martin approved naturally carbonated.
Hello, everybody. Here's Martin, your personal water sommelier. Ethan, what a nice water.
Uh-huh.
And I'm so happy that you enjoyed Pharrell natural occurring bubbles with a TDS of 1,285 from Italy. Great choice.
Oh,
Cheers, my
yeah.
friends. And remember, everybody, water is not just...
I'm not gonna lie, I love that water. That water was interesting. It was different, dude. Naturally carbonated? How's that even possible? Thank you,
I've
Martin.
been chugging the water.
Yeah, but also Martin's in a bit of controversy, actually. This is really interesting. Someone's trying to expose him on TikTok. Is this fucking blow your mind or what? This guy, Christopher Torres. Look at this. It's a full-on exposed video on Martin. Water sommelier exposed. Tap water once filtered.
Is this serious?
Yeah. Look, check it out.
What?
Well, Martin's taking it serious. He thinks it's a hit job from some water company. I'm serious.
Possible.
I'm dead serious, dude.
Coming for
Don't
fucking
even know
Martin?
that water has a TDS level, and this stands for total dissolved solids. How many mils actually combined in a water, and there is no pure water. And I go always crazy when people saying, oh yeah, water needs to be pure. And then you're calling suddenly it purified water. And no, this is the best you can drink because pure, it needs to be pure. That doesn't come from Mother Nature. It's a processed product, processed food. This kind of bottled water where it belongs is the trash can. I trash it.
Big
Every
water's
tap
coming
water
for
has
him.
way more electrolytes than every single purified water. So I have to choose between purified and LA tap. I would go for LA tap.
So that apparently,
Don't even know.
that's what he's getting called out for. He goes, yo, exposing water sommelier Martin. He said he'd rather drink LA tap over bottled water. So
That was the whole video?
that's it, man.
They didn't come with any receipts about like LA tap water, why it would be bad?
Well, Martin responded to it.
That was a terrible exposed video.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was like, kind of got him there. Got him.
How did he get him?
I don't know. I love the
just
water
said he
wars.
would rather drink the LA tap water than Dasani or whatever.
I just love the idea.
I think I'd agree.
Yeah, I mean, his point was well made, you know. But I love that there's water sommelier wars. And listen, he has a whole conspiracy about it. Let's listen to what he says.
Okay.
If I have to choose between purified and LA tap, I would go for LA tap.
Hold their horses. The Kangen salespeople think they can expose me.
Who's Kangen? Yeah, because he called them out. Kangen salespeople are coming for him, he says. Yo, Big Water does not like Martin. I'll be honest with you.
Kangen water purifier.
Smart Water has their stock price half since Martin's been speaking out against it.
Interesting. Kangen water, alkalize, ionic water kind of.
Oh, that's just the name of water, Kangen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Kangen people are coming for Martin. What are we going to do about it?
By saying that I said I would prefer LA tap over purified water. Guess what, my friends? I'm saying this since 15 years. Because I don't believe that you should go to a store and buy tap water, processed tap water, in a plastic bottle. And by the way, it's sommelier, not whatever you tried to say there. Cheers, my friends, and remember, water is not just water.
Dude, dishing out. Martin absolutely dispatched these haters.
Clap back.
Fucking hell. What a guy.
People saying, wait, people are calling the Kagan thing a MLM. It's a water multi-level pyramid scheme.
What? How do you MLM water?
There's a bunch of people saying this. So wait. Kangen MLM.
What? Dude, what?
Kangen water a scam, MLM or pyramid scheme. Look at this.
How do you... Damn, that's crazy, bro. Water. Pyramid scheme. That's incredible,
There's
man.
a post about on anti-MLM, a subreddit.
Pull it up.
Scamming people.
Oh, I'm just...
All right, whatever.
Ionized alkaline water is a wealthy person's MLM. It is like most MLM based on bullshit, pseudoscience, preying on people with health issues. Wow, okay.
This isn't my first rodeo.
Well, do they make like crazy health claims about it?
Well,
How do you spell it?
Here's a totally impartial debunking. Kagan water pyramid scheme, MLM or scam. It is not a pyramid scheme, says kangenwater.com.
1412.com.
Yeah. So that seems pretty thoroughly debunked there.
Kagan. Oh, it's a machine.
Yep.
Got it.
So you can retire better.
Wait, benefits. Let's see what kind of crazy ass claims they make. It helps clean the body.
Okay, that's already sounds super.
Well, that's
legit.
true of all water.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Shout out water. It helps clean the body while providing balance to the immune system. Water. Kangen water also burns fat and fights against the effects of aging. Yo, how do they claim this shit? That's like...
Well, if you don't have water, you'll age real quick. Age right into the grave.
Right, you'll die.
Yeah.
Many people report that the daily use of this water also helps the digestive system. They literally call it a miracle. Our miracle water generator removes the impurities and chlorine from tap water. Well, that's what all water filters do. Wow, that's so interesting. Martin opened up a whole nother world for me. The Kangen people. See how happy he is, man? If you got some Kangen, you'd be smiling like this too. You know what that smile says? It says, I've got $10,000 of Kangen in my garage that I got to sell to all my friends or I'm going bankrupt.
But he's got lots of time because thankfully he'll live forever thanks to this miracle water.
Look at that. Yes, Kangen saved this man. Whoa, that's so crazy, dude. People are nuts, man. There it is. Wow. I'd love to talk to Martin and get the dirt on the Kangen people.
Yeah.
Martin, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Here comes the nice glasses.
Wow.
Wow. Stunning. And then what was his name again? Brendan, will you be
Brendan.
sitting with us? You sure?
So first of all, I want to say hello. Huh?
Yes.
I'm sick.
I never met you. This is like kind of bad.
I'm sick, so don't hug me. Let's do like this. You don't want this.
But here before, I want to release something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Like I said.
Awesome stuff.
Aw, thank you so
Like
much.
I said, Martin has always dripped out.
Woo.
There we go. The water sommelier is back in the building.
You're gonna taste with me, guys, huh?
You see, we made you your own background there. Take a look. Take a look at the screen
Oh,
there.
look at the screen.
Water is not just water. That's you.
Nice. I brought some special waters as well.
So-
I heard you want to drink with me water, and I was a little bit afraid what you kind of waters you're bringing, and so I thought I need to have some backup.
Okay, so
for
here's
myself.
our plan.
Yep.
You spend a lot of
Here
time
we go.
on TikTok. Have you heard of Watertok?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't know what that is, obviously, but I heard about it. Let's say it like that.
So you have some preconceived notions about Watertok?
I saw 1 or 2 videos, and I almost had a heart attack.
Okay, because me and Dan were debating which way you would take it. Yeah. So we're going to review some Watertok videos together.
Okay.
And then Samantha is in the laboratory creating special waters for us to enjoy together.
Again, that's the reason I asked for my spit bucket. So.
Yeah, you did spit. Now, do you drink, Martin? Do you not drink flavored beverages or Cokes or anything like that? Or is it just
I
water?
brought you a flavored water, but I will release this later on what I consider a great flavored water.
Okay.
Yeah. But by these being said, I know you have a little drama about accountability. I just heard it. I had exactly the same, guys. Like, you know, my little fun with the Kangen MLM people. So last week, somebody on TikTok thought it would be fun to make a debunk video of Martin Riese, and she started her whole sequence of, this guy's
Pull it.
ridiculous, he has a punchable face.
What?
Oh my
that's-
God!
And I was
Wait,
like, oh, I don't know.
hold up.
First of all,
What?
So,
punchable.
so
Not
I did
true.
a video,
not
and maybe
true.
you should
You
see
guys
it because the
pull it.
video is hilarious.
it.
I'm
It's a
pulling it.
very, very fun video where I debunked them, and I have to say, thank you so much for all the amazing food soldiers because you killed that lady. Like literally, like she had to obviously get rid of that video. TikTok right away pulled that video. Then she
Really?
had it still on Instagram. On Instagram, she deleted that video as well at one point. It was crazy.
Listen,
Like,
that was-
I had so much fun last week.
those were
Yeah.
that was the Spritzer crew or the Water Boys. That wasn't us.
yeah.
So here it
That
is.
lady was insane.
But yeah, you've been going to war with the Keegan people, right?
Yeah.
But that, yeah, I don't know if you know that. It's some multi-level marketing bullshit where they
Yes.
sell this super expensive.
Ionizing machine. They have a boot camp in Orange County where they all get trained. They're all getting trained by the same people, and they're all trying to come with me with the same stupid arguments. It's like, be a little bit more creative, guys, huh? Like,
I love that you're public enemy #1, though. They probably have your face on
oh,
the
for sure.
headquarters
They will.
thing.
Nah, but I think like there are other water companies. A good friend always said, like, Martin, be careful when like you see like some water trucks. Maybe they're gonna hijack you one day.
I think so.
Oh my God.
Like because you're watching them all
There's
the
a
time.
lot of money in water. They have a vested interest in keeping you quiet.
Yeah.
All right, I actually am curious about this water drama now. Let's take a look. Jennifer Ketty?
Yep, that's it.
I'm honestly annoyed that I'm even making this video because normally I just wouldn't even waste my time. However, this man,
Man,
is
imagine being so invested in Keegan that you have to defend a multi-level marketing
Right.
business.
Against an
It's
individual.
probably sold you a bunch of like
Against the water
$10,000. Dude, yeah, this is the Mount Rushmore of water. Who are you? Okay.
makes a living off of bashing what I do for a living, so this feels like an open invitation.
Hello, Jennifer. Here's Martin, your personal water sommelier. Obviously wanted to hear my voice. So I thought I'm doing a stitch because you did a stitch as well, and thank you so much for it.
Oh my
video?
God, dude, she's not ready for the market.
Oh,
I
it's
can
gonna
tell.
be-
This
It's
cute.
gonna be fun, trust me.
Girl, you are in too deep.
It's gonna be fun.
Hold on. Oh, this got some love too on your channel, eh?
Oh yeah.
It was annoying for a number of reasons. The first being that his face is just like punchable.
Second thing.
No, that's just not true.
Oh,
Bam.
He's a handsome man.
The guy I was arguing with told me to kill myself.
Look at that.
So, you know,
Oh, yeah,
it's not cool, dude. It's not fair. It's not fighting fair. Shame on them.
Thank you so much for your insult that I have a punchable face. Let me check with my parents what happened to my face. They're responsible for it, and I will get back to you.
It's just punchable in the sense that like a doctor is in the background talking. Also, my friend made this video. A doctor is in the background talking, and he's just like shaking his head and making weird eyes. Like, what are you doing? It's a literal doctor.
Hold on. A doctor?
Listen to the video.
Okay.
It gets better.
Does she show the doctor?
No, absolutely not.
Because I want to see the doctor.
No. The doctor is actually not the doctor in his field of that. He is a doctor of, I think, psychiatrist or something like this. So he has like no clue what's
Right.
I'm Dr. Philosophy.
That's classic.
Yeah. So it's like classic case of
The
like they're
Nexium
using-
guys, I believe, have a bunch of doctors and experts too.
Yeah.
Like, say something.
But hey, I'm here to answer your question because you had several questions in your stitch, and the first one was why I'm not talking and why I'm making these crazy faces. Let's face it, I was speechless that a doctor not even knows the shape of our cells.
Reshapes it into a hexagonal form like the shapes of your cells.
Like I learned in elementary school.
Okay. Wow. I mean,
Right, a doctor.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Hexagonal cells. Yeah, maybe in a parallel universe.
You absolutely.
I was very
You ended
slow.
her. You ended
You
her
know,
whole career
in a
right
parallel universe where the laws of physics are just totally different.
Got it.
there. Right. Dunked. Freaking dunked, dude.
Oh shit! You pulled up the graph.
Oh,
on
sure,
her?
absolutely.
Okay.
You have to make it like
Girl.
you have to talk to the Kenyan people like children.
Yes.
Like 2 or 3-year-old children in not even elementary school, in like kindergarten, to make them somehow getting what you're trying to say. You have to do it. The other way, you're completely lost. One of them said once to me, Martin, you're always saying like alkaline water doesn't make sense because when it hits your stomach, the pH will get neutralized. And then he said, by the way, Kangen water gets absorbed by your body before it hits your stomach. You think, what? It was like, you're the first person on this planet who is able to absorb water before its stomach hits. It's crazy. These people are nuts.
I don't see any hexagonal cells in
No, me neither.
Not really even close, huh?
Hexagonal shapes. So I don't know what the doctor is talking about.
The second reason is that he's like, oh, don't buy Kong and it's an MLM. Okay, bucko.
Oh,
Thanks,
no.
Bucko.
I'm surprised you had the courage to come out after that one.
For the second insult.
I just mostly want to hear what you say, and I want you to hear what you say, because as you're saying it, you're probably going to say, everyone at the top makes money, and it's a pyramid scheme.
So do you know why I hate MLMs, especially Kangen MLMs? The magic word, and you as a wizard will love this now.
Myself a water wizard.
She calls herself the water wizard.
You know who else calls themselves wizards? Clan members.
Well.
Okay.
Just saying, not all wizards created equal.
Accountability. When a water company claims something, they better tell the truth with facts, because when they're not doing it, they can get sued. So the problem with the MLM Kangen is there is no accountability for the company, for the mother company in Ganek, because they can say, our distributors are doing all these outrageous videos, we don't say anything about the health claims, our distributors are saying this, so we are fine, so they cannot get sued. So that is for me the big problem with MLMs, and especially with Kangen. There's no accountability to the mother company because the health distributors are creating these outrageous videos. By the way, Mr. Emoto was a pseudoscientist, not a scientist. And not even he himself could replicate his findings, what he mentioned in his books.
And if Martin would tell me where he got his little...
Is she actually making money from this?
I have no clue.
Or is she just like, you know what I mean?
It's
She's a victim of that. Or
Oh, absolutely. They're all victims.
Yeah.
And then they are all so deep into it because they invested so much money in it that they have to sell it. It's cruel.
That's what it
it's
is.
very
Isn't
bad.
that what a pyramid
It's so sad, actually.
That's what the MLM shit is.
Correct.
They sell you a ton of shit. They fill up your garage, and then you have to sell it.
Yeah.
That's fraud.
And then at the end of the day, you're the only idiot that actually spent money on it.
Yeah.
Is that fraud? Would you say, Ja Rule?
That's fraud.
He knows.
little water sommelier certificate, I will go to the same course and I will get the same thing because since that obviously matters, or maybe I'll go on a documentary. I don't know.
Right. Look, I'm just a little humble guy who's passionate about water. Here, even in the United States, 2.2 million people don't have access to clean, safe drinking water, and I think we need to change that. We are here on the same page, hopefully. So in 2005, I crafted my first water menu in Germany because I wanted to bring attention to water and wanted to bring more healthy beverages in the restaurant scene. Then in 2009, I wrote a book about water. It's called The World of Water. It's considered the leading book on this subject of water in Europe. Then in 2010, I received my certification as a water sommelier from the German Water Trade Association. By the way, I have my own academy now. It's called the Fine Water Academy, and I'm certifying water sommeliers around the world because the more we know about water...
She's out of her depth.
No, she's crazy.
You might even say she's waded into the deep end and is drowning.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's drowning.
Hey, too much water is dangerous, huh?
Oh, yeah. My mom says that you can drown in even a teaspoon of water.
She's right.
I don't know what that
depends on your
to this
side.
day.
The better it is for everybody. And then in 2011, I came over to the States based on the O1 visa for extraordinary ability, aka the Albert Einstein visa. When you reach the top of your field and you know... Because she's like saying, oh, he's just a water sommelier. Who's that guy? Huh?
Yeah.
This random dude on TikTok. He's saying, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit more than random.
Right.
Albert Einstein visa. Who are you again?
Everything pretty much of your subject, and this was by me with water. The US government can give you a visa, and that was my entrance to the United States because I have the O1 visa for my knowledge of water. And now I'm just been featured on hundreds of media outlets like the BBC, the CNN, the Netflix, National Geographic did a documentary as well. So I think I have slightly, just like a little credibility when it comes to water. But I have a follow-up question for you. So you
what she could not answer. She's refusing
to answer this question. What I have for her.
Okay.
She's still refusing it.
Let's see.
Then you know what's going on with.
Let's see.
It's when it comes to Kangen, and I would love to know an explanation what medical device actually means under the Japanese law. Because I see a lot of Kangen people using this as a defense of like, look, this is a medical device. So again, what does this entails actually under the Japanese law to be a medical device?
Is that what they're saying? In Japan, they can.
Correct. So Kangen always, or this distributors always saying, but it's a medical device, water. A medical device. So I looked into it because I like to fact check my stuff. So medical device under the Japanese law means it will not blow up in your face. It's safe to use. So for example, a glove is a medical device.
Seems a little broad.
A band-aid is a medical device. It has no meaning whatsoever for any health aspects. Even under the Japanese law, they're forbidden to say ionizing machines are forbidden to claim any health aspects. But here in America, they're claiming, oh, it's a medical device water, therefore it's so amazing.
But they say in Japan?
In Japan, it's considered a medical device. But again,
that's crazy.
It's just, but medical device just means safe in its operation. Nothing else.
Yeah.
No health
so
benefits whatsoever.
That is very weird.
Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, answer the question then, lady.
Would love to know that.
The cancer surviving human, so what I say doesn't mean anything either.
Jennifer, hopefully I could...
I'm sorry you had cancer, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Since when is a cancer survivor suddenly a pro on subjects of water?
I mean,
like, I don't know. My mother is a cancer survivor, and what I'm saying it in a second. She's a cancer survivor, and I'm very happy she listened to doctors and not a water company.
Yeah.
As a cancer survivor, I believe I'm entitled to tell you about the physics of nuclear reactors. As you see, it's implanted some kind of wisdom in my brain.
Enlighten you a little bit why I'm against MLMs and why I'm against Kangen water, but I wanted to say something very personal to you. Because I know that you're a cancer survivor, and I want to congratulate on that, because you have to be a very strong and powerful woman to fight cancer. And you did it. And I'm so happy for you that you did that. My mother is a cancer survivor as well. She had breast cancer for 40 years ago. And I'm so happy, like her, that you went to doctors, that you got treatment, and I know how chemotherapy, how hard it is, and you get an operation, and you did not listen to mumbo-jumbo claims on the internet that you can heal your cancer by drinking a special water. So thank you so much for that, and all the best to you, Jennifer. And remember, water is not just water.
We won't forget.
What a great video.
So she erased her video?
Yeah, sure. She erased the video, and then she started to text me on Instagram, and I was a nice
Really?
guy, and I said like, so can you please answer my question? And then she
Yeah.
suddenly played the victim card, like, I don't feel comfortable that your fans now texting me and harassing me, saying, sweetie, you started that whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry, but
She started by calling you your face punchable.
Yeah.
And
I'm like,
that's like so low.
Listen,
You actually made a reasonable response.
I think so too.
So, is her video still up on Instagram?
No, she deleted
She's
it.
out.
Oh, no.
She's out.
Yeah, she deleted it now.
She's welcome to call into the
Alright.
show.
Yeah, please. Kangen people, huh? Come over to H3 Podcast.
I love to talk them
We will
up.
have some fun with them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad that that's a dub for the water
Yeah.
sommelier. Of course it would be. So, what's the schedule there, Sam? We got the flavor.
She's got a bunch of stuff there.
Should we get started? How do you want to show off some flavors there? Or should we get started with our beverages? All right.
Probably show some.
Oh yeah, let me watch some videos.
Some water talks.
So what is Watertok? So there's a new trend on TikTok. It's very popular. Watertok. People share their recipes for water, which is interesting. I thought it was just one ingredient. Oh, that's not true though. There's minerals.
Correct. There's a little
and
bit
stuff.
more, but
Yeah.
I think like the recipe for water is created by nature. That's my belief. When it's called H2O.
Yeah.
That's the recipe of water plus minerals.
Essentially, all they're doing is dumping huge amounts of sugar into the water, or in most cases, it's artificial sweetener, claiming it's water. So here's some examples of popular water talks. Pina colada water.
On my second
Now, this is a popular recipe. It has 300,000 likes, so I'm assuming it's got at least 1 million.
Views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here it is. Oh, she also has a code here. Use Tonya42 to save money. Awesome.
water of the day, and it is 11:55. So I'm cruising with the water goes today. Let's go to the old caddy. These are my favorites down here, so I'm just gonna pick one. Not even gonna look.
This
Let's
is giving me like Facebook Live.
Totally.
Scary.
You remember that weird thing where people were like
With the
shucking
pearls.
oysters
I was just thinking about
and
that.
selling pearls? Did anyone?
Did any of you guys ever watch that?
We did this deep
Oh my
research.
God.
We wanted to do an H3 video, but
And we never did.
it never came together. It's a shame
Ah.
'cause it's so good. Fuck.
There were so many people once you go down that rabbit hole of like they're streaming themselves like opening pearls,
Opening oysters and then
And-
selling the pearls to people.
and some of them make jewelry out of it, and like some of it was so obviously fake or like weird. It was very weird.
They buy the oysters pre-slotted with the pearls from like
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Asian countries that just like super unethically farm them and just shove like pearls. It's super weird, dude. But yeah, this is giving me this. You know.
See, what are we gonna get? Ooh, crushed pineapple. One of my faves. What are we gonna add it with? All right, let's go to the water bar. What's it gonna be, y'all?
What?
Dragon fruit acai? Nah. Coconut. Let's do that. 2 pumps
Well, that
of the
wasn't
coconut
random.
syrup. Mama's trying to have a pina colada. Let's do 3. All right,
Jeez.
pineapple packet.
My
I'm
God.
mixing that up. A new cup just came. I literally cannot wait to open that simple modern cup. It's 40 ounces also. Let's give this a go.
That looks like my pee.
If you like pina
Without the
colada.
ice cubes, oh,
Martin, be real. Your pee's not that yellow.
I'm so right. Yeah, I'm better hydrated. You're right. But like, oh my God.
Colada, and I do, baby.
So wait, what was the
It's 40
review of
ounces
that?
also. Let's give this a go.
She loved it.
If you like pina colada, and I do, baby.
She didn't really say if it was good or not.
I mean, she started dancing, so kind of
She was
assumed that
like,
it's good.
overly shocked by all the sweeteners.
So what's interesting is the pumping of syrup and the powders. What's interesting to me is they're acting like they're doing something new, but they're
Isn't it
creating-
just juice?
It's just with
They're
flavored
creating
water.
sodas, non-carbonated
soda.
sodas.
That's it.
That's all what that is.
It's just
with
not-
a high possibility of diabetes too in the future.
Right.
That's all what that is.
So I should say, a lot of these hashtags are about weight loss and stuff. So I guess a lot of it is about getting off sugar,
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, but these artificial sweeteners are not really
healthier, let's say it like that. Huh?
What
You-
that
you-
Okay,
That's gonna be
well,
interesting.
That's
and
a conversation we would like to have.
Martin,
I
I,
agree.
have news for you.
That's a
We have
conversation.
do you know Dr. Ids? He's a prolific TikTok doctor.
Okay.
And he's been on this show to debate that very topic. He claims artificial sweeteners have been proven to be there's no proof that they're harmful, let's say that. He's calling in later to report on a study put out by the World Health Organization, not a study, a statement saying don't drink artificial sweeteners. So we're going to have the chance to cross over to Water Sommelier.
Oh, I'm happy to learn as well. Maybe I learned something tonight, but it's going to be a flash of the Titans,
I'll
baby.
say
My
this.
champion.
He is, unlike the Keegan doctor, a highly qualified medical researcher. He's the man. So if he's
What my problem is with artificial sweetener, it gives me this extremely dry mouthfeel. And when you drink a little bit more than all this like diet stuff, it's super strange on your palate at one point. And it almost feels like you need more and more and more and more. And I think that has something to do maybe with like, because I have it with some waters when they're coming from natural occurring source, when they're super low in TDS, they're pulling minerality of your saliva, and then you have this dry mouthfeel. This is like the thing with Dasani, that everybody thinks Dasani adds salt because they want to make you thirstier. Actually, that's not true. That's a myth. Yes, they're adding salt, but in very small amounts. Like the TDS of Dasani is 28. It's like barely anything in there. They're not adding enough salts to make that actually tasty.
Not enough salt.
And I think that is the problem what I have with this artificial sweeteners, that they're giving this strange, weird, dry mouthfeel after a while. And and for me, it's disgusting.
Okay.
I can't
There it
handle
is.
this stuff.
There it is. Oh, boy.
Martin
I'm
says,
so glad
I
you
don't
said
think
that.
so, to the
But let's
artificial
face it,
sweeteners.
like when they're saying like artificially flavored or natural flavored, that's just like, in my opinion, it's almost bullshit.
Well,
It's natural versus artificial flavored because
Oops.
let's face it, even when it says natural flavor, that does not mean there's like real lemon juice or something in there.
No.
They're finding a chemical, what's been found in nature. They're putting this, processing this highly in a lab. And like, it's barely anything difference between artificial and natural flavor. It's a marketing gimmick.
Well, can I
They
ask
use
you
that.
something? There is stuff like monk fruit. What is it called? Monk fruit sweetener, and it's like it's an artificial sweetener. There's no calories, but it makes things sweet, and it's, I guess, made from granulated monk fruit. Is that right, Dan? Are you seeing anything on that?
I am. I've never actually heard of this.
So I actually heard about that from another doctor on TikTok. I follow a lot of these medical guys, and he says he eats Greek yogurt with monk fruit sweetener. That's the one he uses. What are you reading about it? How is it made?
What are monk fruit sweeteners? Monk fruit, also known as okay, I'm not gonna say Lohan Guo.
Bro, you seriously just butchered that.
I'm trying. Or swingle fruit. I like swingle fruit. That's just fun. A small round fruit native to southern China. Monk fruit sweeteners are no-calorie sweeteners that can be used to lower one's intake of added sugars, while still providing a satisfaction to enjoy or taste something.
Isn't that interesting? It just comes from this. Is that so weird?
I've never
So
heard
it
of this.
It makes it sweet, but there's no sugar.
There's
in
no calories.
Huh.
Isn't that
All
odd?
different flavors.
And it's the same thing with Zetiva. How do you call it?
Sativa?
No.
Stevia.
Stevia.
What do you think about stevia?
Again, it gives me all this weird aftertaste.
What is this? This is war. What do you think about war? This guy.
War.
Your thoughts?
He feels a little dehydrated.
Yeah, he's not looking very healthy.
Like,
Wait, what the fuck did I type?
Stevia, I think.
Why did you?
Oh yeah.
Warframe.
I don't know. Stevia. Okay, here, stevia plant. So like the monk fruit, it comes from this plant, and I don't know how it's processed.
Stevia causes what's called depression, and
What's
even
called
Dr. Ritz-
depression?
Depression.
Back up.
Causes.
What?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? What's called depression?
I said causes.
Oh, it
causes depression?
And even Dr. Ids agrees with that. I found a TikTok where he agrees. Or he
Stevia
mentions
causes
that.
Hold your cards, depression? Love,
hold your cards.
Oh,
What?
Hold your cards.
Love's ready to go to war.
I've been loading, dude, for when he gets in.
Oh, Love is ready to debate Dr. Is.
Love is very much on your side, Martin.
Yeah, Love came.
He's not a believer in the artificial sweeteners, and
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I am. I'm a hardcore Coke Zero guy.
You used to be Pepsi Max, huh?
Right.
How'd you
But
know that?
They got rid of it.
How'd you know that?
Israel.
He knows all the lore,
Sometimes
dude.
I know stuff. Huh?
That's a deep one. Yeah,
Wow.
Pepsi Max was
That's
doing my
when we
shit.
used to live in Israel. Pepsi Max was the thing
It was
for
a popular
us.
drink there.
It was very popular. I don't know. Maybe it
Interesting.
still is there. I'm not sure.
Should go to Israel again.
But
I was
we
there for, like,
used.
4 years ago. It was
Oh,
one of
you
my
were?
best vacations ever.
Oh, cool.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv
unbelievable.
is the
Oh my
best.
god.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
great to visit.
Love that city.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
me
great.
too.
So much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ethan and I, years ago, back in Israel, we kind of used to argue about that because he would always drink the diet drinks, and I used to feel like, I have a feeling they're not good for you.
Well,
and
no.
he would be like, well, there's no study
There's
that
zero
it's bad.
calories. There's 0 calories.
And
in
I
it.
always said, well, I just have a feeling that something doesn't add up.
I mean, it's just the laws of thermodynamics. 0 calories. That's it, right? There's
Hey,
nothing
water
there.
has 0 calories as well. Should be.
Exactly. my
There's
point.
a very famous brand. It's called, I think, Vitamin Water. 120 calories. That's just
That
crazy.
shit I don't drink.
I have
Yeah, I
no
know.
clue how they even allowed to call themselves
I
water.
agree.
It's
Right,
a fucking
it's a
soda pop.
juice.
Non-carbonated soda pop.
I totally
And for
agree.
the people who hate me on this now, yes, they have the 0 ones as well. Yeah, but it not even looks like water, huh? Dragon fruit is not water, guys.
There it
It's
is.
a soda.
false advertising.
Martin is taking a stand, but I agree on the vitamin water is tricky. I mean, that's just a flavored drink.
Yeah,
It's just a
absolutely.
sweet drink. It's a candy. Oh, let's move it on to lemon pound cake water. Sounds good to me. And I believe Sam
Internet.
prepared us this one. Is that right?
Yes, we have that one on standby. So take a look at this and let us know what you think.
Also-
Yeah, you can go ahead and just bring it out now, Sam.
I will note that all these ladies, it seems to be mostly ladies doing it, all have coupon codes and shit in their description.
Shredder. Scared me.
Thank you.
For 10% off your first order of skinny mixes,
Skinny
use the
man.
code WaterGal10.
Another
Looks like a
day,
heat right on
another
me.
flavored water sleigh. Let's go. So I just got home from work. I've been
Okay, I'm a fan. Flavored water sleigh time.
Well,
rocking my big natural hair, and now it's time for us to make my final water of the day. So today's water is going to be inspired by one of my all-time favorite desserts, a lemon pound cake. To get started, grab your favorite 40-ounce cup. I'm not using my Stanley today because I got a clear cup for you so that you can see the drink. Fill it up with about 35 ounces of water and 5 ounces of ice. But to be honest, today I just kind of winged it. So do whatever you want. Okay, so for the powders, you're going to start by using 1 lemonade packet. I got mine from HEB, but
I got mine from skinnygal.com, coupon code skinny10.
lemonade packet will do. And now for the syrup.
It's honestly giving me more than anything multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the cake flavor, you're going to be using vanilla almond. So you're going to do 1, 2,
And I
3.
can't get behind the syrup pumping. That to me is
That's scary.
Yeah, it's off.
Yeah.
Because syrup implies there's something else in it to make it thick.
Okay, and can I just point out, the first ingredient is a lemonade packet. At this point, you're just drinking lemonade, right?
Correct.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah,
Maybe-
water.
Nothing to do with
like we were just.
No,
We've already before you add anything else, you put the lemonade packet in there. That's lemonade. You're drinking lemonade.
No, it's water.
recipe.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
lemon pound cake
It's a
water.
water recipe. Stop it.
Semen tastes good.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's a different side.
That's not a water recipe. No, it's a different issue.
I love the delusion of it all. They're like, yes, this is my favorite water
They
of
all
the day.
have very big eyes as well, huh?
Big eyes? You think that's,
Yeah,
that's
she
maybe
has
like
very,
a,
very like large
you think
eyes.
that's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
I'm
medical
obsessed with
side
The other
effect?
one as well.
I love everything.
Maybe drinking it makes their eyes bulge.
It's like,
Right, yeah.
hello, I have some water with me. Wow.
Maybe it causes like hyperthyroidism.
And then for the buttery flavor, you're going to use caramel.
Buttery flavor?
Okay,
No.
This water has a flavor profile.
It's
off the
wild.
charts.
Hold on, girl. I'm not putting butter in my water.
Girl, have you ever tried it though?
I'm about to. Is this the same recipe, Sam?
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
that's exciting.
I don't know if this is exciting. I feel a lot safe
We got
right
the
now.
buttery in
Let me
here?
finish. Let me finish.
Oh my god.
And a half pumps of caramel into the cup. All right, you know the drill. We're gonna mix,
Caramel.
mix, mix until all of that powder is dissolved. Okay,
Mix,
so I
mix,
went ahead and I
mix.
put the lid on, and now it's time for the taste test. Whoa.
Yeah, whoa,
Okay,
it's so
this
bad.
one-
Whoa. That's my reaction when I have a very bad water. Whoa.
It's really good. It's light. It's refreshing. It's perfect for summer. It just
Right.
has that little hint of decadent lemon
Of
pound
disgusting.
cake.
Just a hint?
The hint of disgusting.
Okay, so I've wondered how sweet are these drinks?
Oh my god.
And now we get to find out. So cheers.
All
You
right,
with this, Martin?
cheers.
I don't know.
You can do it.
Lemon
you can
pound
do
cake.
it. It's Friday.
Okay, be brave, Martin. I know there are sacrifices in
Holy
my job as a
fuck,
water
that is
sommelier.
putrid. That is so sweet.
The smell already is.
I knew these
I
women
hate
weren't
it.
right.
I'm not exaggerating. I hate it.
It is so fucking sweet.
I hate the buttery, like the fact that I heard her say buttery and now I can taste it. And
You know what it tastes like, Hila? You remember when we tried those disgusting weird flavor sodas, like bacon
Yes,
flavor?
oh yes, that's the.
This is bacon
This
flavor.
is one
soda.
of those. Yeah, totally. Even the color looks like it.
So as I suspected, it is like insanely sweet and just vile lemony butter. Would you want butter in your
so
water?
much going on. From a taste perspective,
Try it.
what it's like, it's,
Did you
it's
try it,
really
Sam?
hardcore.
I'm sick, so don't get.
Here.
But interesting enough as well, the first video and the second video, they first of all they're saying water. So obviously they're using, I think, tap water. It doesn't matter actually what kind of water they're using because they're bloating it in with all this crap. And therefore it doesn't matter how good the water is in the beginning because you're getting rid of all the shit. And then they're adding tons of ice cubes. Did you saw this? Both videos are like tons of ice cubes in there. They
for
have
summer and
to.
just
You're
have-
anti-ice.
Yeah, because imagine this lukewarm, you're gonna puke.
Oh
And
my
I
god,
have a
you're
video.
right.
But
I
I-
did a 1st of April's Fool's video where I tasted Logan Paul's Prime Energy drinks.
Okay.
I had almost a heart attack. It was one of my worst tastings ever in my life, and I cannot believe the hype after that. I could not believe
I'm
it.
with
Olivia
you.
loves it.
I tasted it, and again, it's so sweet.
It's so disgusting.
I agree with you.
I dumped it. Has like 100,000 views. I dumped that whole thing in my no.
But
No,
people,
no.
but Olivia is feeling.
Yeah, I can't even believe what I'm hearing right now.
I really like it too.
Prime.
It is.
I will drink that as water.
It's
I
so
love
sweet.
it.
Blueberry.
What did you?
Sorry.
I
Sorry,
was
Martin. I'm
watching.
sorry, I saw you.
Hold
I saw
on,
you
hold on.
get really mad at me just
Hold
now.
on, hold on, guys. Everybody, calm down.
Okay.
Martin, I
Olivia.
apologize.
Really? Come on!
so
I know
good.
it's almost a year that I was here, huh? Like we need
know, I
to
know.
have a private discussion. I think afterwards.
Okay. I'll set aside the time. Absolutely.
I was
we
watching
talked-
your reaction though. You did not.
I didn't like that. It tasted milky.
Can I say?
Sorry.
Holy shit.
No, don't say
Dad's
it.
about to do it.
Oh my god, no.
It's not that bad.
Whoa, dude, no
I'm
way.
I don't think it's water. Listen, it's not water.
Not
this
the buttery
this is some
flavor.
Crazy ass. It's super sweet, but I don't know.
that's not bad,
It's not bad.
You like the butter flavor in your water, Dan?
It's buttery. It's light.
I will say,
I definitely would not describe it as light.
but I do
It's umami.
yeah, no, light. No,
And not
it's
refreshing.
That's
Come on,
No.
that is not refreshing.
Martin, what
it's not.
flavor of Prime did you try?
I had all three.
Oh.
Which would is
I
that?
I have no clue what they called because I erased them right away out of my brain.
Did you
because it
try the
was
one that
so
was
bad.
red, white, and blue on the same bottle?
No. I had the energy drinks of Prime.
Okay, well, you know what, Martin? We're gonna have a little girls' day, and you're gonna try the hydration.
A girl's
drink.
day.
he's not gonna like it.
He's not.
He's not gonna
No,
like
you're gonna
it.
love the
do
ice
need
pop
to,
flavor. I
um,
promise.
Okay, we'll see. They had
do need
blue
to say
raspberry, I know that, and I had no clue what blue raspberry is. Natural flavored blue raspberry. Since when are raspberries blue?
When they grow.
Natural flavored.
When they grow, they're blue.
Right. Under a lot of like different like
Yeah,
scenarios.
they're neon.
But you had a lot of other drugs maybe prior.
Okay.
Then
Go ahead, Hila.
might be blue.
Yeah.
I have to defend my ice water, though. I'm a water person. I drink water all day and coffee. But I like my water with ice.
It's fine.
It's so good.
When you like it, but I'm against the idea of that a restaurant serves you automatically ice and lemon in your water. That is my problem.
most people like that,
Because
though,
when
Martin.
I'm buying myself for $12 or $13 a bottle of water in a restaurant, and a fancy one, and you've been to this fancy restaurant where I did the stitch with. By the way, I gotta invite you to my restaurant where I'm working currently at Gwen in Los Angeles on Sunset Boulevard, and I want to see a full review what you're
Okay.
doing over there. So on Sunset Boulevard with
do
Curtis
it.
Stone, come over. You're invited. It's a nice, beautiful Michelin star restaurant.
Really?
You both are invited. It's a nice date night, huh?
Okay,
Martin,
thank
there
you.
is blue raspberries.
What? Really?
I think this is Photoshop.
Okay, because that looks like a Photoshop.
Because I was curious because there's other blue raspberry things, and I don't know why.
That's
Well,
Photoshop. for
Logan
sure.
Paul's the
Yeah.
creator. He's colorblind, I think. So maybe.
Oh, yeah, true.
Colorblind.
He thinks he's
Right.
a freaking blueberry.
But let's go on because that
Okay.
has to be like the worst already. So let's see what else is like
Well,
out there in water.
well, before Dan came here and said he liked it, I wanted to go back and watch your reaction again
Has that little hint of
of
decadent.
tasting it.
I can't stand that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's how I
No
felt,
way,
girl.
no way.
You
I
ain't
don't buy
lying.
it. I don't buy it. Dan, I can't believe you just did that.
Listen, I wouldn't go out of my way to drink this, but
No,
like,
no.
I wouldn't say it's
Martin, I'm
vile.
so sorry. I talked to them beforehand.
I'm a big
Guys,
water.
here at the studio.
I respect water. I love water. I got the shower filter that you recommended
we
last
go.
time you were here. I've been
I
using it
did
ever
too.
since. It's fantastic.
Martin, that filter changed my life.
It changed my
made
life
my
too.
hair so much more silky.
I don't have that problem.
I
but-
heard you can
but
play the
I
guitar
like-
even better now since you use the shower filter.
Selling out shows. I will say I wasn't able to use it because it doesn't fit on our shower head. We have a
Same
weird
thing
fit.
happened to us.
I used the other one.
Are you serious? You've
Yeah.
been using the other one the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's got the filter.
Uh-oh.
We
You
got the
just used that
filter.
one?
Yep.
You don't even use the.
No.
Wow.
Whoa.
You know they have a whole filtration system for your house.
Oh, for the
And
whole
then you don't have to
house.
worry about it
What the
anymore.
fuck?
Because
Put it on
Oh,
the
that's
water
the
heater?
then
next
you have
level.
it everywhere.
How do I get that?
I'm
Do I have
gonna
to call
install
them?
it in my house right now. So I bought a house in Van Nuys, and I'm super excited. They just shipped it to me, and
Congrats.
I'm gonna do that because that's gonna be
We should do
life
that.
changing for everything.
Do I buy it on their website? A big ass unit?
Correct.
Called
It's a
plumber?
unit, and then you're done. And then that whole
Wow.
house has perfect water.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. There it is. Martin knows what he's talking about. Oh, people are asking about the filter again. What was it called again, Martin?
Aquasana.
Right.
Aquasana. And then there's another filter I tested out. I was super surprised. I did a video about coffee. And I wanted to see if my coffee will change because let's face it, coffee is 98% water.
Yeah.
So then it's actually a flavored water, huh? Coffee.
Mhm.
Watertok. Here we go. Can do now coffee talk. So I used a lark filter. It's pretty cool. LARQ spelled. Correct. A lark filter.
Okay.
I put my tap water in there and then I brewed like with an espresso machine because I wanted to make sure it's exactly the same coffee. So I used the same pots. I used the same press button. So I used tap water unfiltered and then the lark filtered water. And you should see the picture. Like I have it on my TikTok. It's night and day. It's
Really?
the color is completely different.
Really?
Like the filtered water, the coffee was so alive. All the aromas of your coffee came alive. It looked great. It tasted great. And with the unfiltered tap, it was disgusting. It was completely hidden the flavors. It was super bitter and weird. And even the color was different.
I want to see.
Unbelievable.
Yo,
How different a coffee will taste just by a good water.
You know, when we ate hummus in our favorite place in Israel, we asked them about like why is it so different overseas always, and they said it's all the water.
He's lying.
It's all in the water.
I don't believe them.
Well, it's like New York bagels,
They're
too.
full of shit. They just don't want to tell you what they do.
New York bagels
It's the
are different.
Yeah, because of the water. There's no
Yeah.
shot.
The pizza
By the way, and I'll say
too.
hold on, and I'll say this: there are hummus places that we found that are as good in
we
LA.
did find
There's not
one.
many. There's one or two.
Did you ask them if they
one.
maybe have a filter system in place?
In Israel?
That
No, hell
replicates-
no,
You
they
mean
don't.
in LA?
That-
Okay,
that
maybe,
replicates the water of
maybe.
Israel.
No, not
No, but it's like the
replicate,
texture.
I don't want to
As
say
a rabbi in
replicate,
the
but
back
at
who's
least
blessing
like
it all.
that they're filling out the
I don't buy it.
green.
Although I think to replicate Israel, they need to add shit to
Yeah,
it,
you need to
know,
add
make
like,
it dirty.
a whole bunch of
100%.
gnarly, yeah, a little bit of like uranium,
Hey, water's terroir.
A little
Like
bit
the
of
other
dirt
water I
in
bought.
there.
little anthrax. I don't know. But so if I get that big house filter, will that make my coffee like what?
Way
you-
better.
Oh
Absolutely.
my god, I'm sold.
Lena, can you remind us to do that? Yeah. Oh yeah, we're doing that. Fuck yeah! Congratulations on your house, by the way. You bought a house recently.
Oh, I'm so happy.
That's huge. Good
Yeah,
for you.
it's a big commitment. And then I thought, like, I have solar on the roof, and I thought, okay, Martin, you want to be a little bit more conscientious about the environment. So I bought my first electric car now as well. Since 4 days, I have
Electric
electric
Car.
car.
Oh, car. Which
So
one did you
now
get?
it's a Taycan.
Yep,
Oh hell yeah!
that's what I'm driving.
Look, I love Porsche.
Oh my God, Martin, you're stacked. How come you are? What? No, but like, what's your? Can you tell me about like your income sources? I mean, you're stacked.
I'm a
bro.
hydrated guy.
You mean
No, look,
not
I'm
stacked?
working
You mean he's
full-time.
Got a lot of
hydrated.
liquid cash.
No, he's stacked. He's
I'm
fucking
working full time
balling.
at a SSGM at Curtis Stone's restaurant.
Yeah.
Gwen. So when
Yeah.
you want to see me or meet me, come to Gwen.
So what is
They
your
pay you-
position there? Water sommelier?
I'm the general manager of that restaurant.
Oh, general manager.
I'm the GM.
Really?
Why don't we
And
go
then
there? We should. Go
I
there. We
wanna
should
go
go
there.
say hi to
come
Martin.
on, the whole team maybe. That would be
Oh
fun.
my
We have a
God.
private dining area upstairs. That would be awesome.
Oh.
Okay, we're
Best
doing
steaks in
that.
town, huh? Like we have like
We're
a
doing
charcuterie,
that.
like and everything. We have our own butcher shop as well.
Fuck Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, fuck David.
We all just went to Dave and Buster's.
Martin, does your restaurant have any like carnival games, video games, anything like that?
They got
Not
the coin
really. It's a
game.
Michelin star restaurant, so I'm
What
the only
about-
game you can play with.
Oh, okay.
Arcade?
When you're there, so
That's something. That's something.
come over. Huh?
Wait,
Let's have some fun.
Can you say the name of the restaurant? What is it?
Gwen. GWEN. Gwen on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh my God.
Can Ethan wear shorts and sandals?
Off the restaurant.
Can I wear
Is there a
shorts?
dress
Is there a
code?
dress
Is
code?
there a dress code?
No, we want
No.
that you're happy.
Oh, I
I
wish
hate
there was.
restaurants with dress code.
Oh,
I mean,
Come.
Martin.
Good
Yes,
reviews.
Martin.
Fine dining.
Come over. have
Oh
fun.
wait, this is the chef, the Australian top
Curtis
chef
Stone,
guy.
Correct.
Oh, I recognize
Super
him.
nice
Oh, he's
guy.
a famous
He's a
chef.
celebrity
Oh yeah, but
chef.
he's great.
Wow.
Does he work there like
Yeah,
regularly?
he's all the time there.
Oh
Oh my
God.
God.
head chef.
Oh, so you're balling at a high.
He's at a high
Right.
level.
Wow.
Let's go.
I gotta introduce a nice water menu.
Oh,
Martin,
God.
last time you were here, you rolled up in the most bitchin' 911 I've ever seen.
I still have it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Dude. That's okay. You're the man. Yo, we got to go to Gwen. Okay. I see
Cool
what's going
restaurant.
on here.
Great restaurant.
What kind of food is it?
I don't want to say it's really a steakhouse, but it's like a butcher shop, and obviously heavily on steak. So like dry aging, 80 days, 30 days.
Okay.
Like it's really, really nice.
Oh,
It's
let's
really cool.
go. Let's go. Next week, let's
Just
do
going
it.
for the water.
Or I mean, I don't want to say when we'll be there, but
Yeah, not next week. Let's
Not
go.
next week. Not next Friday at 7 p.m.
do we need to make a reso with you
Yeah,
ahead of
absolutely.
time?
Yeah.
How
Always
far?
let me know.
How far?
A week advance is always helpful.
So let's talk. We'll
We'll
talk.
talk.
We'll
We'll
talk.
set it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll set
I
it.
can't.
Set
I'm
something up.
excited. How nice.
great.
Okay. So let's try. Dr. Idge is going to call in soon. Let's try some more waters.
Okay. What is in the fun cup, Sam, over there?
It's the next one that's highlighted. Why don't we
Okay.
skip to that?
Yeah,
Because
let's
Pink
do that
drink
one
special
because
recipe.
That
Yes.
cup is cool.
All right, here we go. This
Special one.
yeah, this one's very special.
I have a very
All right,
special
y'all.
one as well for you guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, this is the new cup we heard about.
This is the new
Oh,
cup.
it's so pretty.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
All right, y'all. We're back for another water. Here we go.
Another one?
We got our Starburst pink drink in, which I'm super excited to try.
Starburst?
So we're gonna put that.
Can I
in our
point
water
something
bottle.
out? Dan, tell me if I can say this.
Oh boy.
No.
You should not, I think.
Thank you,
You
Martin.
get it?
I think like I have a feeling.
You come work here.
Yeah,
That-
done.
That would be a no, Ethan. I'm going to speak before Dan reads it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You got a hard no from everybody.
Everyone knows what I was gonna say, though, right?
Of course.
I really didn't know where you were going with that, but
You
no,
really
don't
don't
say
even
that.
need to say.
You don't think that's a good observation?
No.
No.
It's a terrible one.
And I'll tell you
I
why.
shouldn't say it. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say.
I know
Okay.
someone that had a similar observation once.
Fun cup, everybody.
I feel like that's what Dan's typing.
I
Look
get
at all
it.
the
I get
ice
it.
again. Like
Oh
tons
yeah,
of
that
ice.
is so much
Oh, yeah.
ice.
All right, let's
Crushed
watch. Let's watch.
Bottle here, and we're gonna shake it up. Here we go. We'll be right
Shake
back.
it
Oh, I like the color.
All right, and we're back. We're gonna put it in our water. We're gonna be adding strawberry
Wait, okay,
and peach
so
to
it's like a
this.
martini. She's mixing it in a plastic bottle and then pouring it in. This is interesting.
Make it super tropical. Now, you know what's wrong with my pumps.
That's
Don't make fun of
foam.
me. Go check my last TikTok to figure out why I have these huge pumps in here.
Right, what would cause foam in water like that? It is
I don't
interesting.
even want to know.
We're gonna do
Why is it foaming? That's a
Foamy
good
water.
question.
The ocean gets foamy.
Look at that.
It's like beach. It's like
natural.
ocean current.
Yeah, the ocean is very pure, right?
Seafoam.
Semen.
Well,
It gives
if
it
you
The ocean has a
Yeah,
TDS
yeah.
of 38,000.
well, can I make a point?
I wouldn't drink that.
If you think about it, ocean is just a flavor of water.
It's so true.
That is so true. Salt.
Yeah.
So do you,
So, now, you know what's wrong with my pumps. Don't make fun of me. Go check my last TikTok to figure
Girl,
out why.
those pumps are embarrassing.
I don't know why those pumps are like really aggressive looking.
Oh yeah, they pump deep.
This is not, yeah, they're not cute.
Huge pumps in here. We're gonna do one, two peaches.
That was more than
That was
two.
three. That was actually three.
Wait, honestly,
We saw what you did.
kind of like a snow cone, which I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but people don't be like, I'm thirsty. Let me eat a snow cone.
It's basically water.
People on TikTok are doing
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
They do be
And
doing
we're
that.
gonna do one strawberry, maybe two.
Oh.
Maybe two.
Maybe two.
All right, we got our straw.
All right.
Look how pretty she is.
Mix.
All right, let's try it.
Also, she said that she's going to make it tropical, and she added peach and strawberry. Neither of those are tropical fruits.
It's a nice tropical color.
Maybe together they are.
Maybe.
What
They
flavor
are
is this?
now.
Pink?
Pink Starburst. Like the candy.
Really?
That's the name of it.
Yeah, no, it's
Pink
Starburst
drink.
brand. We have it. That's what is in
Oh.
your cup right now.
Starburst are tropical.
Shake it up.
Starburst are tropical.
Oh my
My
god.
God, you guys.
These new Starburst packets.
I cannot believe that I'm drinking
Oh
this.
my goodness. Let me know what you guys made today in the comments.
She's not even saying if this is good or bad, huh?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm shocked what I just created.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To the pink drink. That is so fucking sweet. Why do they do that?
Martin looks so upset.
Don't. No.
Oh no! Oh, Martin, no.
Martin aborted.
No.
It's honestly
It's
terrible.
an insult on my palate. That's what the flavor is. An insult on your palate. I got a lot of disappointment flavors from that.
Well, you have this really sensitive palate. Dissect those flavors for us if you can. Describe it in a sommelier's terms.
That's interesting.
Coca-Cola created this Stardust Coke, I think, a special edition last year that tastes slightly similar to that.
We have one.
Overburned cotton candy.
Yeah, we weren't fans.
That's
I
what
remember
that
we
taste
tested it.
is. Overburned cotton candy. When you're going to your fair and there's like a guy
guys
who's
try
like
this?
not doing or not know what to do with this candy. Oh,
It
That is
left
fucking
such a
nasty.
bad flavor in my mouth too.
Now, Sam, did you do the larger portion of the sweetener like she did? Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Here we go.
Shame on you. If you're drinking that whole thing, that's wild.
That's a 10.
That is the sweetest thing I've ever tasted. Holy fuck.
And now imagine it's warm when it's warm, because the flavor will even gain.
Can we warm
on the
it up? I wanna
palate when
taste
it's
it warm.
warm. And then it's like hardcore. Because
Yeah.
what it does when you're adding too much ice, or like when you're adding
Can you warm that up
super
for me?
much ice,
Boil that for me?
you are hiding the flavors because you're kind of like numbing up a little bit your palate by the ice cubes you're putting onto your
100%,
palate.
yeah.
So when this is warm, this will be one of the worst things you ever put in your mouth.
That's why warm.
And I
oh,
talk
warm
even
beer
about
tastes
the
like this.
street girls on Van Nuys Boulevard.
This one is really lingering.
So-
yes, it's
throat.
lingering.
It's lingering.
Ugh.
I mean, just imagine intensely artificial sweetener just smacking you in the face, man. But let's see her reaction to the flavor again. I find this interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to your reaction, Martin.
Oh my gosh. These new Starburst
Stuff.
Yep.
Sam said she
And
has
she's
here
like
all the
thinking even
flavors.
like, look at this face right now. She's even thinking by herself like, what the hell did I do? You could tell in her eyes right now like, I completely fucked up.
You said Sam has all the flavors.
Yes, if you want to make one of your own.
But look at that. Like it's clearly this impression of, oh my god, it's so bad. How am I gonna like save this video now?
Now, Martin.
I want to
No
sell the stuff.
Martin, Sam warmed this up for me in the microwave. The pink drink.
Enjoy.
It's still like lukewarm, room temp. Oh, that's fucking nasty, dude. Try that. It's like acid.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think you're sick, but I will not share with you anyway.
You don't want any of this?
Anybody else wants to hit this almost boiling sugar water? Or not sugar water, sugar-free water.
You know, in a sense, though, is there any other ones we should try before?
We were gonna make our own. Those were the only two like existing formulas that we made.
Cool, we get the idea.
But I will say it is. I have Dr.
Id's
Id's
o'clock.
standby.
Good morning, you guys.
Well, hold on. What about Mountain Dew water?
I'm making the same water I made yesterday. Why? Because it's that good.
Now, my theory on this, Martin,
It
and
is
tell
that
me
good.
what you
The
think.
Mountain Dew water.
If this is making them drink more water, quote unquote, if you can call it that, then maybe it's a net good for them. If they're trying to lose weight, trying to cut back on sugary drinks. If there's no sugar in it, I mean, I think they're going way too far with the amount of sweetener in it. But in a sense, good for them. They're drinking more fluid.
I think like my take is on it because again, I think 95% of Americans still think water is just water and it's all the same. Again, there are flavors in water already where you can already get all this amazing flavor from nature, whereas zero sweeteners, 0 calories, there's nothing artificially added, just healthy, great, amazing minerals / electrolytes. So I believe in that.
So, okay,
So
Martin.
I think for people like, look, last time I brought Vichy Catalan, for example, what has a clearly distinct flavor, like this slightly saltiness. I think for people who want to get rid of their soda consumption, look for really cool, amazing spring-sourced waters with a higher TDS level, and you will be amazed that these waters actually have great taste. You don't need to add all this crap to it.
So, Martin, can you tell me which spring will produce me Mountain Dew water?
If you love a tart water, then this one's for you. If you don't love a tart water, then I've got 100 other recipes for you.
All right, let's get Dr. Ids on the phone.
All right,
Get
I
to the
will.
bottom.
Let
Oh
him
yeah,
in.
you like that color?
It will
Baby
light, I
makes
think,
that,
under
it'll
UV
change
light,
your
huh? That will glow. That will glow.
All right, so now we're bringing Doc.
I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break.
All righty.
Too much water.
Should have spit it out. He was Doc.
All right, ladies
Martin
and
was right.
gentlemen, we have
All right.
Dr. Ids here.
We are joined by the great, illustrious, celebrated, the Dr. Ids.
He was looking for one more.
I understand you were enjoying a little vacation out in Morocco. Is that right?
Yes. No, Morocco was fantastic. Yeah, I had a
Awesome.
really, really nice time.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
enjoyed. You deserve the break. I mean, my God, Dr. Ids working round the clock.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. How are you, Ethan? How are you?
I'm very good. I'm actually really happy to talk to you because I've been catching a lot of shit from these haters in the office because of this outrageous claim put out by the World Health Organization. Now, but I want to introduce you first of all because we do have someone else here, Martin, the water sommelier. He's also a TikTok personality. Are you aware of Martin, this water sommelier?
No, I haven't seen. Martin, nice. It's a pleasure.
Good to meet you, my friend.
Great guy. You both are great guys here. But he's a water expert, a water sommelier, really a thing. and he knows his stuff. So he's here to share in this conversation of great importance.
That's great. The more people involved, the better.
It's a water symposium.
Dr. Carnivore is yet still to respond to our
Maybe
invite.
someday.
Yeah.
You know, he's changed his handle from Carnivore. He's taken Carnivore out of his handle now.
What is it now?
It's now just Paul Saladino.
Paul Saladino. Give me a break. Loser, idiot. Hey, Dr. Idz, before we get started, are you still single? What's going on with the dating life?
I am. Yes, I haven't found my wife yet.
Dang. Well, the women are out there clamoring, you know what I mean? What city do you live in?
I'm from the West Midlands in the UK.
Shout out West Midlands.
Yes. Big up the West Mids.
And would your significant other, are you looking for someone who shares your kind of faith background? Yeah. So there you go. So if there's any, Dr. Idz is looking, he's eligible, he's a doctor for God's sake, exercises. We got to, you know what I mean? Let us know, okay?
Thank you, my friend. Ethan, you're sounding under the weather. Are you okay?
No. No, I'm not. I have
what's up?
My throat's fucked up. Yeah.
Hello.
But also, Dr. Idz, you'd be happy to know, I don't know if you noticed, but I lost a lot of weight since we last talked.
You're doing very well, my friend. Very well. Excellent. Good work.
Drinking lots of water. Thank you for saying that.
Nice to meet you, Hila. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm good. I'm really excited.
Good.
Finally meeting
This is
everybody.
this is the first time, right?
Yeah.
I've been on several times.
Right?
Yeah, it's our first
so
time.
this is a great meeting of minds.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk shop here, Doctor.
I think me and Love have some unfinished business clearly.
Yes.
How did you know?
I just know if there was one person in the crew to kind of do a fist bump to like the WHO guidelines, it's probably Love.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
You're
Love.
absolutely right.
I think Love even prepared some questions for you.
Yeah,
That's great.
Last time you kind of just came on and I had an opinion and I shared it. This time I kind of prepared a little bit, and should I go straight into it?
No, hold on, not yet.
Yeah,
He's eager though.
Clue your jets.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I know. All right, so Doctor.
I'm ready for a grilling. Let's go.
Now, Doctor.
No
Idz,
grilling.
The World Health Organization, who, by the way, is full of quacks and charlatans. This organization can't be trusted just on its face. I mean, the way they filled the world during COVID basically delegitimized them forever. But okay, here they come. World Health Organization warns against using artificial sweeteners. Now, I read this, and I says, here we go. Maybe this is the breakthrough that we've all been dreading, right? And Dr. Idz, you mentioned you don't drink plain water, right? You don't fuck with water. That's what I said. That's what he drinks.
Oh my God.
This man lives on yellow drink.
Oh my God. Wait.
This is why I'm watching.
That's
right
what
here.
I said. Dr. Idz, he lives by, he doesn't just preach it. This man lives it. And he has a beautiful mind too. What is that yellow drink?
What is the yellow drink?
I will down the whole thing right now if I have to, just to show you that it's safe. Anyway.
No, I believe you. He had the same thing last time I asked him.
It's basically, I don't know if you guys have it. It's Robinson's brand is a brand of squash. It's like a very concentrated, solution you add to water. So it'll be this much water, and then there'll be a tiny bit at the top of the yellow drink that I add.
Loved yellow drink. This man does not drink water, Martin. He doesn't do it.
There are some people out there. Our former chancellor smoked for 80 years, I think, and I think he turned like 95 when he passed. Some other people dying on cancer when they're smoking. So I think I think every human person has a different synopsis of what's good and what's bad for them. And I've personally, for me as a water sommelier, I think in general it's healthier to drink real water versus water with sweetener or with stuff in there for the most of the population. Let's say it like that.
This is the debate we're having. It's a great debate. And I love that Dr. Idz lives it. You know what I mean? That's my man right there. He lives it. He's not just saying it. He lives it. So back to the health organization, this corrupt organization that should be disbanded. They put out this statement, and I was like, oh no. And I read the fucking article. I start reading it, and I'm like, hold the phone. They're not saying anything new. They're literally just saying super general, weird shit. Like they go, let's see. They say these alternatives to sugar, when consumed, do not serve to reduce body fat in either adults or children. Well, nobody was claiming that, right, doctor?
Ethan, you missed the 2 key words in that sentence.
Long term.
Long term.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my bad. When consumed long term, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was your take on this big press release by the corrupt and besmirched World Health Organization?
So basically, hey, funny little anecdote first. So I'm actually on the WHO FIDES Committee of Health Professionals that combat misinformation online. Right?
Oh.
And the funny thing is that it's now my duty to correct the WHO.
Oh,
So-
really?
I knew it. You all, I said, wait till Dr. Ids calls in. We're going to put this whole thing to rest. You can tell which side of the thing I fall on.
Oh, yeah.
I have a vested interest. Go ahead,
So let me just start off by saying that did anyone read or look through the 90-page PDF guideline that they actually released?
Oh, no. Heavens, no.
Okay, so that would be a good start, first of all. Because I'm obviously interested in the science, so I obviously went through it in pretty good detail. And now let me point out that technically what they're saying, based on the total body of evidence, is their main statement is that going from sugary drinks to low-calorie drinks, where they use sweeteners, doesn't seem to induce long-term weight loss. Now, the key point there is long-term. There are several reasons for this. Number one, the controlled human studies that we have on this topic, there aren't many that go beyond 1 year anyway, right? So they're mostly conducted 3-month period, 6-month period. I've actually got papers that I'm going to show you guys with the graphs and what the results actually show. So I've got 2 studies that I want to show you.
Excellent.
The second thing I would say is the long-term evidence we have in humans are what we call observational evidence or cohort studies. And what this means is you don't actually give the intervention to a group of people. You take a group of people in the population and you observe them. You don't interfere with their habits at all, right? And then you take the group that consumes sweeteners and you compare them to the group that doesn't consume sweeteners, right? So if you look at in the US, you take a random 100,000 people, right? Let's say 30,000 of them consume artificial sweeteners. Can any of you tell me what type of person would typically consume artificial sweeteners?
The fatties.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? So
Yeah.
it's typically, so because all of these drinks and all of these products are framed as diet drinks, right? Diet Coke, these habits are going to be employed by people that want to go on a diet, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at those people who consume sweeteners, on average, are they going to be fatter than those who don't? Yes. Right? So we have an issue of what we call reverse causality. It's not that the sweeteners are causing the fatness, is that the fatness are leading people to consume more sweeteners.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the second thing, is that because we don't have controlled studies that last over a period of years, we have to look at observational data, and even they, in their 90-page PDF, they address that there is a possible issue of reverse causality, right? So that's the second thing. Now, their statement is a little bit misleading to people who aren't in the academic field, because people who aren't actually conducting research might not understand that the key phrasing is because we don't have the controlled research over a long period of time. But let me show you something. Am I able to share my screen?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
probably.
Oh, where's
Yeah,
Dan?
I think so.
Dan's
I've
got
got
you.
it. I've got it. Yeah, I've got it here. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Let me just.
We'll give you access.
But another thing, as you pull that up, they don't say that artificial sweeteners are unhealthy.
No. Actually, if you looked at the guidelines, they actually state that these recommendations are for people without pre-existing diabetes or insulin resistance. So actually what they're assuming is that their recommendation doesn't apply to diabetes. So by definition, the recommendation to consume them in diabetes is still valid, right?
There you go.
What they're saying is, in a population that are completely healthy, metabolically healthy, they don't think that there's enough evidence to make the conclusion that you should switch from sugars to low-calorie drinks. And that's the key point in which I would disagree strongly on.
That
and I
seems
will show you why.
crazy. That seems like a crazy stance.
Yes, I would say so. So
I would too, doctor.
So do you guys see this?
Yes,
we do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, this is all quite complicated jargon. I'll just quickly run through it. Okay. This is what we call a meta-analysis study. So this title here, this is a meta-analysis. What that means is it is a study of studies. So where researchers take a question and they look at a lot of the research papers that have been done, and they analyze multiple studies at the same time to try and reach a conclusion, right? So think of it as a big research study, okay? They took 17 individual randomized controlled human trials, so 17 individual studies on this topic, and they looked at what happens when you switch and you substitute between sugar-sweetened beverages, that's SSB here, low-calorie or no-calorie sugary drinks, or water, right? So they looked at what happens when you go from sugar, low-calorie, or water, okay? Now, let me get up the tables here. So do you guys see this table here?
Yes.
Okay, now, so this table is showing what happens when you go from, this table shows what happens when you go from sugary drinks here on the right-hand side to the low-calorie drinks here. So see this column where you got the kind of, where it says favors sugary drinks and favors low-calorie. If you look at all of the metrics they tested body weight on the left here, BMI here, body fat here. They looked at glycemic markers, HbA1c. They looked at insulin resistance. They looked at even blood lipids, LDL, non-HDL-C, triglycerides. They looked at blood pressure. They looked at liver markers, liver enzymes, right? If you see here, pretty much all of them favor the low-calorie drink. And these are results from 17 randomized controlled human trials, okay? So now we have to be careful that because you see these lines, we can only say that it's statistically significant if both sides of the line fall beyond the left side of this dotted line here. So the ones that are significant are this one, that's body fat, that's BMI, that's body weight. We have this one here, that's a liver marker. And we have these ones that are almost significant, blood pressure, right? And pretty much the rest of them, we see trends towards improvements when you go from sugars to low-calorie drinks. So we come down here and we look at now what happens when you go from sugary drinks to water, right? Depending on whatever Martin's view was, and also Love, you would probably have said this, that if people went from sugary drinks to water, they should see an even greater improvement in health.
I don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it.
It's not there.
So,
it's not even as good.
No, it's trending.
It's not even as good.
Yeah, it's trending, but look at it compared to the low-calorie drink.
That one's performing better.
How do you explain that?
I think everybody agrees cutting the sugar is good, right?
Yes, but what Dr. is saying that their statement said they can't even say for certainty that going from sugared to artificial sweeteners is recommended, which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let me show you the third. Let me show you the third graph.
Okay.
This is comparing low-calorie drinks with water. Okay. Pretty much all of them are slap bang in the middle, with low-calorie drinks showing a benefit for systolic blood pressure compared to water.
That's huge.
How can it be?
Now, hold on.
Hold on.
It gets
Body
better.
weight.
It gets better.
Hold on.
It gets better. Now.
Let the man speak.
Let me cook. I'm still cooking. All right. Now, this control trial is a perfect example here. In 2016, they took 300 weight-stable people that were overweight or obese, okay? They were told, they were given the intervention to consume 700 ml of water or low-calorie drink, like I'm drinking right now, every day for 1 year, okay? They did that every day for 1 year. Now, look at this. This is going up in weeks, okay? This is the percent body weight change. -1%, -2, -3, -4. The bottom line, the more drastic line, is the low-calorie group compared to the water, who lost only a third of the same weight. So the water group lost 2 kilograms. The low-calorie group, the low-calorie drinks, lost more than 6 kilograms over the 1 year. So when you compare water to low-calorie drinks, you lose even more weight going to the low-calorie drinks.
Can I ask you something?
How?
Yeah. Okay, how?
How?
Ethan,
Well,
Ethan,
hold on.
You should know. You should know. You've seen enough of my videos. You should
I know it's because it satisfies your
sugar
desire to eat other sweet things. Yeah. But doctor,
exactly.
But doctor, let me ask you.
Because I do drink water a lot, but I do also crave sweets a lot, and I eat a bunch.
Sometimes I hit it to Coke Zero, and it's good, and I'm good. Instead of eating a chocolate or something. But doctor, let me ask you.
Yeah.
If the results are so obvious,
yeah,
how did they get this so wrong?
So no, they haven't got it wrong. They're technically correct. That's why I'm trying to. The language they use is important. They never denied that in the short term, going from sugars to low-calorie drinks provides benefits in body weight. Right? They haven't denied that. What they're pushing back against is they're claiming that there's a low certainty of evidence that going from sugars to low-calorie drinks over the long term confers a benefit, right? Whereas the studies we have going up to 1 year, they do show a benefit, but they're looking at the observational data that's been done over 10 years worth of time, not just 1 year. Right.
But how could they? I guess I just don't understand the point. Why did they do this?
Why does the title say they warns against using?
Yeah, because they're looking at the links between people that drink low-calorie drinks and increased risks of diabetes, heart disease, and like certain types of cancers, right?
And the fatties are the ones drinking the drinks.
Yes, as I've already pointed out.
And we're all going to die pretty young.
So
yes, obesity is honestly like the second biggest risk factor for overall cancer. It can increase your risk of certain cancers by about 400%, between 1 to 400%.
Really?
Whereas, smoking is number one by a clear margin.
Wow.
It can increase your risk of certain lung cancers by 1,600%. Right?
Whoa.
But smoking's on a whole nother level. Obesity still up to 4 times increase for certain types of cancers. Now, when you're following a group of people that drink sweeteners for 10 years, who are most likely going to be overweight, they are going to have a greater incidence of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I'm pushing back against their slightly misleading statement, even though it is technically correct based on the evidence we have. They haven't conveyed the message to the public well enough, I don't think. And the newspapers don't understand what they're saying, so they're making kind of inappropriate headlines as well.
Got it.
It's definitely sensationalized headline.
Yes.
So you called it reverse
causality. Yes.
And they acknowledge that in the study, but do they have any evidence at all? Because it seems to me that even putting this study out in the face of evidence that you showed us, if that's like established and well understood, it seems to me pointless to the point of even being harmful to put this out. Why did they put this out? I don't understand.
That's an interesting point. I think it's probably to combat, when like a new field of health research comes out, right? Let's say like a new natural or like a new natural herb has been shown to have anti-cancerous properties, right? You have hundreds of wellness creators who might not understand the details of that paper. they will end up making videos going like, oh, everyone who wants to prevent cancer, get on this natural herb and have it every day, right? So because the wellness industry takes it so far the other way, where it becomes over sensationalized and beyond what is actually the data is showing, I think the WHO are trying to put it back into context by saying, look, every single health coach is now saying that if you want to lose weight, go to low-calorie drinks, right? So they're trying to add a bit of realism, a bit of context to the conversation, which is, if you don't drink sugary drinks and you don't have a sweet tooth, then you probably won't have that much benefit just automatically starting to drink low-calorie drinks.
That seems
right?
self-apparent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would say that, but a lot of people do recommend low-calorie drinks even if they don't drink anything sweet anyway.
Interesting.
Right. So I think they're trying to.
I thought that was key.
He just drank.
I don't know if you were watching. This is the Watertok drink.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
I don't know what's in there. What is in there?
You don't want to
It's
know.
like
A
Starburst.
yeah.
That was
right.
the warm
Starburst
one.
flavored water.
Starburst.
Yeah.
Starburst and like 3 pumps of caramel, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And maybe some peach and something else too. You're the one
sounds-
saying the artificial sweetener is great.
I want to get his take actually.
Yeah,
Let me
but
show you
how
this.
much? But how
Okay.
much do you need?
Right.
Yeah. Let me show you this. Which one should I show him? Do you think, Martin? The pound cake or the pink drink?
The pound cake.
The one with the butter.
So there's this Watertok.
Internet.
They have quote water recipes.
Okay.
And well, to be totally fair, they all seem to be trying to sell something in the description. So,
Classic. Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
but there's no sugar in it. These are artificial sweeteners. And so my thing is like, is this good that they're drinking more water, or is this bad because it's just vile and they're taking it too far? You tell us.
Hi, Internet. Another day,
run to
another
the
flavored water sleigh. Let's go. So I just got home from work. I've been rocking my big natural hair, and now it's time for us to make my final water of the day. So today's water is going to be inspired by one of my all-time favorite desserts, a lemon pound cake. To get started, grab your favorite 40-ounce cup. I'm not using my Stanley today because I got a clear cup for you so that you can see the drink. Fill it up with about 35 ounces of water and 5 ounces of ice. But to be honest, today I just kind of winged it. So do whatever you want. Okay, so for the powders, you're going to start by using 1 lemonade packet. I got mine from H-E-B, but any lemonade packet will do. And now for the syrups, to get the cake flavor, you're going to be using vanilla almond. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3 pumps of vanilla almond into the cup. And then for the buttery flavor, you're going to use caramel. So you're going to do 1.5 pumps of caramel into the cup. All right, you know the drill. We're going to mix until all of that powder is dissolved. Okay, so I went ahead and I put the lid on, and now it's time for the taste test. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yummy.
Okay, this one is really good. It's light, it's refreshing, it's perfect for summer. It just has that little hint of decadent lemon pound cake.
It's very light.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Dr. Iz?
This is exactly what I mean. Like, the wellness industry just takes things way too far, like in everything. Right? So even if something does have inherent benefit, they will push it so far to the point where it starts having harm. Right? It's like, what's the point?
But I love Doctor, and I think it's very interesting what you're doing. I think it's fascinating. I just was listening into it, and I was really, really fascinating. But I think it's a little bit misleading as well what you just said about, or not you said, but about the studies been done about water versus slow sweetener drinks. And I'm not listening to your videos. I'm sorry about this. I will start to do this because it's really fascinating me. But I think, and we had a strong point, and obviously you're agreeing with that, because obviously for me it's all about water, 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 water. I don't do anything to it. I'm not adding shit to it, nothing. For me it's just pure water. Actually, pure is a terrible word for water, because in water is minerals dissolved. What gives actually water taste? So for two things, what I'm a little bit disagreeing with the studies, what you just showed us. First of all, in the one study it says versus water, and then you showcased us for blood pressure. So what kind of water are we talking about? Are we talking about processed water, purified water, spring water, mineral water, healing waters, extremely high in magnesium or calcium or sodium, what comes from Mother Nature? These minerals can have an impact as well on blood pressure. There's been studies been done in Germany. We have all the bath and spa towns, for sure. You know this as well, all over Europe, where people are going and treating themselves on these healing waters to treat themselves, and not by holistic ideas, by normal ideas. We have over 60 water brands in Germany who are falling under the medication law in Germany, who are actually considered medication, not for hydration, they're medication. So for saying, oh, it's just water on the one side, and on the other side are low carbonated beverages, that's a little bit too vague for me, because water I know can be super low in minerality and can be so high that clearly it has an impact. The second study, where I'm a little bit like misleading, I think, is like the idea of when you're drinking low carbonate or like low sweetener drinks, it's about the sweet tooth. So that means I will not eat going to the Cheesecake Factory afterwards and eating then a cheesecake. Therefore, I will lose weight. Okay, that is kind of like okay, but like when I'm in a first place don't have a sweet tooth, and I think you mentioned already, then there is no benefits from spring water going to sweetener waters. And I think we all can agree on that, because I almost had a heart attack when I saw this study there.
So several interesting points. Just so I don't forget, the last thing you just said. So if you look at the demographics that are being tested, right? They're often people with obesity, and often people who are overweight, and often people that have pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, right? Now, think about their dietary habits that they would have needed to become like that in the first place.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you.
You can almost guarantee that the majority of them would have a sweet tooth.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So that's why in those populations, which unfortunately is the majority of the US now, 70% of US adults are classified as overweight or obese.
70%?
Really?
Yeah, more than 70%.
Wow.
I think it's 40% are actually clinically obese, and another 33 on top of that are classified as overweight.
What a bunch of idiots.
So basically, when you look at that demographic, there does seem to be in some cases a benefit if someone is trying to lose weight. When they go to low-calorie drinks, that tends to stave off some of the cravings and some of the, the late-night snacking they might indulge in, and some of the, when you go out to a restaurant, they might not feel the need to have a dessert all of a sudden because they've had two glasses of Diet Coke, right? If we're talking about myself and you, who are, from what I can see, we're probably within the healthy weight range, right? We don't have obviously really powerful sweet tooths to the point where it ruins our dietary habits too much, right? So whether me drinking this actually helps me more than if I was just drinking water, I can't say for sure, because our dietary habits by definition aren't too extreme either one way or the other.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
And now the second point that you said about the types of water, very true. There are lots of different types of water that have lots of different composition of mineral content. However, what I would push back on that is, I don't know of any good data when looking at the types of water I have here or the types of water Ethan has next to him over there in the natural water supply that show that switching between those different types of water confers a significant effect where it would actually change your blood pressure on a clinically meaningful level. So if you took 2 brands of water and you did a controlled study over a period of 2 months, I don't think you would find any statistical significance between the 2 groups. So even though there are differences between the waters, I think because the differences are relatively marginal compared to other dietary habits like having, salted meats or salted snacks or crisps or whatever, I felt it was necessary to group water together and compared water to low-calorie drinks, because I don't think that the inter-individual changes would matter too much. That was my thinking, but I do agree that there are differences in water, of course.
And I think that is like something what I think the studies always are a little bit confusing. You have to look at the whole lifestyle of an individual, what you just said. And I totally agree with you there. But to say, oh, we just looked at it and we didn't look what else they're doing in their lifestyle, that doesn't work for me. That does not work for me. Because
but
my
friend-
doctor
my
said
friend-
50% of my health is pretty much what I'm eating and drinking.
Yes. Yeah, so my friend, the definition of a randomized controlled human trial is actually you are controlling for all these other factors. So when they study the participants, the reason why it's a stronger form of evidence compared to just observing people in the community, it's a stronger form of evidence because you're checking their dietary habits. You're using validated food frequency questionnaires to make sure that they're consuming relatively the same types of foods. You're looking at their exercise habits. You're looking at their smoking. You're looking at their sleep quality. You're looking at, and on top of that, you run statistical analyses where you adjust for any differences in, exercise habits or, waist circumference or, insulin resistance markers. Right. So there are lots of very clever mathematical models that you can employ within these research studies that account for the vast majority of the things that you're describing, because as we both know, they are important. Lifestyle factors can affect your, lots of lifestyle factors can affect your health outcome, right?
Absolutely.
So that's the difference between an observational study at a really simple level. I don't want to get too in depth because it's going to lose the audience. But at a simple level, a randomized controlled trial is more controlled because it's in the name than a observational cohort study. And the issue is you can't really run randomized controlled trials for 10 years because that would cost, a single study would cost tens of millions of pounds.
And who wants to be controlled for 10 years?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Problematic.
Exactly.
But there was one, for example, to end this, because why I was so furious about this idea of like studying and then they're putting something out. There was a milk company who did a study about milk is better absorbed and is hydrating more your body than water.
Okay.
And that they went with that on big billboards in America and said milk is better hydrating. And I think that is really misleading to the consumer because, again, they looked at obviously the mineral composition of milk as well, realized, yes, there are these electrolytes who will absorb faster into your body than obviously distilled water who does not have electrolytes. Therefore, that water will not be absorbed by the body so fast. So, and that is my problem, because it's not fair to say, oh, it's water. There's too much variety for me by water because I know it so well. And it's totally fine that you're disagreeing slightly with me, that you think, it's kind of like, I actually agree with you because the most Americans are drinking kind of like the same water. The TDS between 20 and let's say 300. That's most of the water brands you can find here in America. So they're very similar. But when you outreach a little bit to a different country, suddenly you will realize, and I have one water here, this has a TDS of 30,000 TDS. The ocean has 38,000. This water has 30,000 TDS. It has nothing to do with water anymore. That is a flavored, extremely flavored beverage by Mother Nature. I should not consider this as hydration product. That's medication, and it's labeled as medication actually in Hungary.
Yeah, so some of those waters would be medical grade to the point where you could even infuse it in like an IV bag, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So for example, we use, in hospital every day, we use sodium chloride with a bit of potassium, with a bit of purely because they're better hydrating than just water.
Yeah.
Right. So you're right. But and unfortunately, a lot of these studies don't actually specify the composition of the water because I
would love to see that. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because it would be. But I think if you look at the countries in which they're conducted, I don't think the average, like you take a group of 1,000 people, the differences in mineral composition from the water that those 1,000 people are drinking, I think will be quite small. I think it will be pretty small.
Can I ask though, like in the case of this study you cited with the milk, using distilled water, that's not like a good water to drink on a daily basis, right? Distilled water. Or is it the same? Because as I understand it, without at least a baseline of minerals and stuff, it's not as good.
It tastes terrible, let's face it like that. Your body will signalize right away by distilled water what is obviously created for small appliances and your iron. your taste palate will right away say it's super dry on your mouth feeling because it lacks the minerality. I would, as a water sommelier, never ever drink distilled water. That's for me just unheard of why you should drink that. That's for me companies who want to sell you this stuff, what they're already producing for your iron. And they want to gain a new revenue center. And they came up with this whole idea of pure water needs to be pure. And should no minerals dissolved. And I think your body wants minerals. Most of them we obviously getting from our food. But when you have a very bad diet, you might be lacking certain minerals. And some waters have tons of minerals dissolved.
So if you're drinking distilled water, you probably would still get all the minerals you need from food, right?
When you have a balanced diet, yes.
Or what about an unbalanced diet? I mean, how because a lot of food we eat is fortified, isn't it?
Yeah. In the Western world, I don't think not many people are struggling with, especially sodium, even things like potassium. There's a bit of debate around magnesium, but to be honest, I've seen thousands of patients' blood tests. I rarely see a magnesium deficiency. If I do, it's usually in an elderly population that struggles with normal day-to-day habits. I think the Western diet does pretty well to give us an abundance of everything, right? We're very rarely deficient in anything, but we have an abundance of everything, right? Whereas in many Eastern parts of the world, they genuinely have deficiencies in their diet that need to be medically intervened, and they've had great success with iron fortification in cereals and things like that, things added to grains. But yeah, in the Western world, we don't have an issue with deficiencies. We have an issue with overconsumption and too much.
Okay, so interesting conversation between the two of you. Thank you.
No, thank you so much, Doctor. I learned a lot.
But
Me
now,
too.
I
thank you.
appreciate your
he's the
talk.
best, and so is Martin's the best too.
I feel
But-
like I can put to rest my worry about artificial sweetener.
Really?
I think so.
So where did you decide then? Tell me.
When I saw the study, the Dr.
It's fine,
Iz
right?
was showing.
Right.
Dr. Iz doesn't drink water. I'm sorry, Martin. He just doesn't.
No, he does.
No, he
His
doesn't.
beverage right there. I'm
Obviously,
not
like,
agreeing on the
this-
brand actually.
He
Like
drinks
that's
yellow
a different
beverage.
That's a different problem for me. The brand is for me like a little borderline. But but he drinks that beverage. What he has is 99% water.
Oh yeah, I would probably say it's even more than 99%.
Yeah, so
it's probably
therefore-
like,
It's yellow beverage,
Really?
Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I brought a
It's
flavored
so
water
yellow.
for you guys.
I'd love to
Okay.
try it.
I
would love
consider
to
a
try it.
flavored water, guys.
Oh
But
yeah.
as
And
you
I
br-
even chilled it down.
we still have to say though, Dr. Ids.
Yes.
Yeah, Martin is very polite and he's very he's not combative. But our next dragon for you to slay, so to speak, is Love, who's come armed and ready for combat, armed to the head, down to the toes.
Not a water sommelier, but he is top ranked in Call of Duty.
He's a
His
veteran.
ki- you-
He's a king.
His
Yeah,
kill to death ratio is insane.
It's already
I can't lie. I've had many wins in the original Warzone back in the day.
Oh, interesting. Oh, you have your work cut out for you, Love.
I served my country too.
What's your kill to death ratio?
No. I killed a lot of purified water brands.
Well, 0 death. All right, so Love, do you want to unsheath your sword and?
So last time we kind of argued, I went the wrong route because I tried to disprove you by saying the facts were wrong, right? And that won't work because I'm not a scientist and I can't prove facts wrong. So I want to start off this by saying like I'm a skeptic. I'm skeptical to things. I'm not like a scientist denier. I see science and I believe it. I even like drink squash. It's literally the same as you. So I'm very, very interested in something that is called, people call it industrial strength denial, right? This is some heavy shit. It's a book by Barbara Fries, and she is a environmentalist lawyer or attorney. And she speaks about kind of these things that has in history kind of been talked about, kind of been pushed to be safe. Some examples are the coal industry, global warming,
cigarettes,
radium, cigarettes, tobacco, like even seat belts. A bunch of car companies like kind of tried to disprove like that seat belts actually helped. Ozone, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I figured I would take that kind of approach to sugar or fake sugar, or artificial sweeteners. So I went in and looked at our previous interview and looked at every single study you mentioned, and I actually researched who funded the study.
Follow the money, huh, love?
Yeah, I found some extremely, in my opinion, very, very interesting kind of evidence, right?
Yeah.
So one of the studies you mentioned.
Hold on, there's an important point to bring up, which is that.
Yes, love that.
This is what's happening right now.
I am a surgeon.
All right,
That's me right now.
Sorry to interject that.
And pretty funny, you mentioned both of these both studies you mentioned today are studies that I knew of.
Yeah.
And both of these studies that you mentioned today, and a couple more that you mentioned last episode, all are funded by beverage companies. And
that's not true. I'll show you.
Not true?
No, I'll show you.
Okay, well, let me finish.
Okay. Go ahead, love. Go ahead.
On these websites, if you go down to funding agencies, for example, on the John Peter, the effects of water and non-nutritive sweeteners, beverage, and weight loss, that whole thing.
Okay.
It says the study was fully funded by the American Beverage Association.
Okay.
The Nima D. McLean.
Well, hold on. That's a good point. So, what does that mean? It was funded by the Beverage Association. Go ahead.
Okay, so now this is getting into slightly higher level stuff. I'll try my best to make it simple. So, the reason why the argument that simply because a research study is funded is invalid is a little bit naive of how the research process works. So let me explain. So, for example, the JAMA Journal, so that's the Journal of the American Medical Association, for example.
Yeah.
They have a very rigorous research protocol by which any paper that wants to get published in their journal, they need to have an independent data handler, an independent statistician that have no links to the research, to the funding body. The researchers often sign to the people that have funded the research that whatever the results of this research shows, we will publish it regardless of what you say.
Absolutely.
The reason they do that is because research has to get funded from somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
Governments simply don't have millions and millions of pounds to spend every single week or every single month. Research needs to get funded, number one, and research is expensive, especially randomized controlled trials, where you have to closely monitor people over a long period of time, right?
Sure.
So when you have rigorous protocols in place that separate the funding body to the data collection, to the data synthesis, to the statistical analysis, to the interpretation of the findings, to the writing of the script, and also to actually publishing it in their journal, people that state, the funding body means that the evidence is incorrect. However, if you want to have that view, then all of the research that is funded that is for your argument, you need to also throw that out as well.
Can I say something? Hold on. I have an important point.
Yeah.
What about it being funded by the Beverage Association suggests a bias because they're selling sugary drinks and artificially sugared. They don't care where the research lies. They're going to sell both of them.
But so the point is that if you want to get published in these journals, very prestigious journals, the funding body has to be independent of the data collection and data synthesis.
Let me respond real quick.
So you have a problem.
Let me
Love.
respond, please.
Hold on, Love.
Sure.
So you have a problem. First of all, Dr. Ids is saying the data has to be collected impartially. And then I'm also saying, even before you get to that, I don't see a possible
I'll respond to both.
motivation because they're going to make money on both sides. Go ahead.
There is a clear trend for people to become healthier, and people are shying away from real sugar. And obviously, they are trying to capture both markets. That is the idea. And
Yes.
if they were not capturing both markets, people would go otherwhere, away from Coke, away from Pepsi, these big companies. So I think, Ethan, your point is fair, but I think it's pretty obvious that they are trying to capture people running away from Coke and running away from normal soda.
Sure.
And then to answer your question, or the stuff you said, it's my point is not necessarily that the facts in the research are wrong, but my point is that if let's say Coke and Pepsi can give money to specific researchers that are going to research specific kind of topics, right? That they could technically fund things that are looking more promising for them, and it will cause a long-term bias where one side of the argument will have more money, and they can kind of choose and pick which kind of things to fund, right? And to back this point up is, I gathered all these what's it called, research kind of things that you mentioned, and all 5 from last episode were funded in some way of International Sweeteners Association, Nestle, Calorie Control Council, which Coke and Pepsi are in. But all those were funded by these kind of big soda, right? And
big soda.
Yeah, big soda, right? And I actually looked through your TikToks and looked at kind of your old videos where you talk about fake sugar.
Yeah.
And two TikToks, I saw you mention 2 studies that were kind of critical against artificial sweeteners.
Okay.
So I figured I'll fact check myself. Let's check if these critical studies are also funded by big soda, right?
Sure.
And it just so happened, and I haven't done a deeper control of this. I've just these 2 studies that I found you being more critical against it. Both these studies happen to not be funded by big soda. So these two studies being critical against soda are not funded by big soda. And all these other ones that you cited that are pro are funded by soda. So in my head, obviously, not super definitive, is creating a pretty obvious bias. That's kind of my main point here.
Okay, no, it's a good point. So what I would say...
Oh, come on. Yeah, we're trying to be respectful here of the porn.
No. So there's several things. My decision to address a critical study of sweeteners is largely due to media coverage rather than anything else, right? So because those 2 papers, I think one on erythritol recently and one on another one maybe on the Nutrinet Santé cohort in France that looked at cancer risk or heart disease risk and sweeteners, right? Now, because you're using the 2 examples at which I've been critical of the paper's findings, the meta-analyses that I cited that you're stating are funded, remember, that's not one study. Each of those papers have included dozens of individual studies, and the results of those individual studies, you can look if you know how to look at the data. So when I showed you that kind of those graphs, right? Yeah. That's taking so they actually list out all of the papers they use. A meta-analysis also runs a bias check. So any well-conducted meta-analysis will actually tell you about the risk of bias, right? Whether it's high, medium, or low. So we have to remember that each of those references I cited, they include dozens of individual studies where if you looked deeper, you would find that many of them in favor of low-calorie drinks are not funded by big Coke or Diet Coke.
That's actually a question I wanted to ask you, because when you brought up, these big studies have a bunch of smaller ones. So those smaller studies that are in this big study, so they are, it's made sure that they are not biasly picked?
No. So it's not about biasly picked. So when you run a meta-analysis, you're asking a very specific question. So you have an inclusion criteria and an exclusion criteria, right? So basically what that means is For example, you want controlled human studies that have lasted over 2 weeks, that are testing overweight people, where they went from sugars to low-calorie drinks. So you've already got 3 inclusion criteria there. And then you want to exclude people that have cancer, liver disease, type 2 diabetes, for example, right? So when you run that criteria through a database, you then combine all of the relevant research papers given that specific criteria. Then you run a meta-analysis on those dozens of papers. Now, all of those dozens of papers are listed out individually, how many people they tested, what the results showed. They have links to all of the individual papers that they assessed, and you can look at each individual one of them if you know how to navigate research, right? And you'll see that a lot of them are independently conducted. Well, they were independently funded.
We can do this. We should do this. I mean, because we can just put our own bet. Well, no, we should just look and see of whatever you think is the meta-analysis we looked at, so that we can actually look at the studies and then see how many are funded by big soda, as Love calls it.
But then you would need to look at the journal it's published in, what the journal protocol is for publishing a paper, because they all have different criteria, right? Some lower powered journals that aren't very prestigious and don't have much clout around them, they won't do any kind of peer review process, right? If you just pay a certain amount of, let's say, £800 or £1,000, you can apply for your paper to get published. They'll briefly look over it, and if it looks like it makes sense, you can then publish it, right? But anyone in academia knows that if you want to get into the bigger journals, the more prestigious journals, like that paper I just cited that's from the JAMA journal, that I think that has the highest impact factor of all health journals, I think. Sure. What that means is they have such a robust and stringent protocol where the funding body plays literally no role in the research. That is the only way you can publish your paper in that journal. So
I agree with you. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, if you want to hold the view that I will discredit results based on funding, then you need to discredit all of the funded results in favor of your opinion as well, because there are many, right? There are many funded papers on Diet Coke. Funded by who? Funded by the Diet Coke industry or whatever the low-calorie industry. Yeah. That have shown negative impacts or associated with weight gain or associated with an increased risk of cancer or cardiovascular disease, right? There are, trust me, as someone that does research for a living, right, and is going to publish papers himself, there are papers that are funded that show for and against, right? It's just the ones that are covered in the media tend to be of a certain type, because that's what generates the most clicks and views.
Well, we can look at it. We can do that. But I think this is important too to consider, because as Love's original point was that, we used to have studies saying cigarettes were healthy. It was interesting. Damn.
What I would actually argue with all this topic is we all know that big companies need to make money. And I have a feeling, obviously I don't know exactly what the measurements are, but I have a feeling that a Diet Coke is cheaper to produce than a regular Coke with real sugar.
Interesting.
Yeah, probably.
That's for me for sure something why
that's a good point.
as well these big corporations pushing into this whole diet idea, because they're saying, hey, listen, we need to make money. Let's be honest here. It's all about money in the end.
For sure.
So therefore, for them, it's I think easier to push that into this idea of let's put studies been done. Let's have the data there that Diet Coke is maybe safer than non-artificial sweetener, and they will actually smile at that. They will love that idea of, okay, now let's drink all the Coke Zero and Diet Coke. Obviously, I don't know. I don't have the studies there. I don't know. But from a just standpoint there, it's for sure harder to source real sugar and to put it into a factory than to create a cocktail of some artificially flavors.
So very good point. I'm not sure how the health economics or the opportunity cost between high fructose corn syrup in the US. I know that's very cheap. We use something similar we have glucose fructose syrup, and we have normal just like sucrose as well. I think that high fructose corn syrup is exceptionally cheap in the US. I might be wrong, but I'm
No,
not
you're
sure.
right. It is.
I'm not sure the health economics
It's
compared to
practically
that, but
free here.
yes, yes. But what I would say is that you have to remember that it's not just about the money, even though that is the major component. The other point is about the legality and the liability side, where if it turns out in 10 years' time that Diet Coke have been harming people with these compounds, massive lawsuits
With
in the
a price
ways,
motive? Oh yeah, that'd be bad.
in the ways of 50 hundreds of millions of pounds they could easily lose, right? So they don't want to be intentionally harming people. That is not in any big organizations, right? So I think this whole like narrative that I get in my comments a lot,
Well, if
where
that's
it's like,
true, then why is every time I call Comcast, every time there's a fucking increase in my bill, they just give me the runaround? No, sorry, I'm just kidding. I think that we've gone places, haven't we?
I've learned a lot today.
Definitely.
I think so. Yeah.
Hila, can I get your view?
I feel like Dr. Ids, you are very informative, and I feel like I have been persuaded.
Ooh, that's big for me.
That is big for you.
That's the most important person.
Right.
Persuade.
I think that the studies we looked at were really powerful, and I feel like Love is raising really good points, but I see it from your perspective because in real life, unfortunately, things are very expensive and they do need to be funded. But also, like you are saying, I'm sure there's so many levels to make a study legit. Like you said, there's criteria they need to meet and checkpoints, whatever it is. Obviously, I've never done one, but I'm sure there's so many. So I think that I'm a person of like trust the organization or trust the scientists who studied it their whole life that they're doing what's best. So
I will say, based on our research here, just to address your point, that it is in general less expensive to produce Diet Coke for whatever that's worth.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably simply because the volumes you need are like to the fold of 200 times less, right? So like per drink, because it's obviously 200 times sweeter, you need then obviously 200 times less. So yeah, probably.
Right, that makes sense.
So in short, listen, we're water club. We can all agree on one thing. Watertok is demonic.
We did all agree on that.
Yeah, we all agree on
And
that.
my flavored water, what I brought today in
I
the
want to try it.
I really want to try what
It's a
you
real
brought.
story. So I'm not making that up. This real flavored water comes from a 700 feet deep well. It's sourced by the German Alps from Munich. And it takes around 12,000 years from rainwater to come to this well.
It's got a special
age to perfection.
And this very beautiful flavored water is called beer in Germany.
What?
Oh.
That is what it is.
Wait,
Because
what?
beer is 95% water.
I see.
And they're actually using that source, what I just
This
said.
man just whipped out a four.
So Hefeweizen, this one pill, or like this beautiful Hefeweizen Paulaner is a great flavored water.
Let's go.
What I drink as a hydration when I'm at the airport, because most of the time the selection at airports sucks when it comes to water.
Wow.
That is the water I drink.
That's a party. And this we drink cold, right, Martin?
Yeah, I have
Oh,
it cold. I have ice packs filled up here because
Oh my
I thought I want to have it
he's
nice and
always
chilled.
prepared. I love
Wow.
this man.
Wow. What a gracious guest. Wow, thank you. This is your favorite, or is this one?
Yeah, that's a great beer.
Hefeweizen.
It's just a very, very good beer.
So, thank you guys both. We should get some cups and pass this around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's all try it.
Nice and that's very cold.
Oh yeah.
We drank beer.
We drank beer. Thank you everybody for a lively debate. A great, respectful, illuminating debate.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
Love came with some very interesting points, I gotta say.
Thank you.
Although
I've not heard from AB.
I don't know why everyone just counted me out of this, but I'm glad I'm not taking no heat. So.
No,
We want to hear you.
Yeah.
Not until now.
Yeah.
Can I just quickly I need to ask just a sensitive question because it's rude of me not to check on your progress since the last time we spoke about a sensitive issue.
Oh.
Is your soldier doing okay?
Thanks, Doc. Yes, I appreciate it.
Okay.
It's okay.
We're good.
AB,
We're good.
AB snapped his dick, for those who don't know the details. Martin, AB was having sex with his wife in the shower, and the dick
Good for him.
crushed in half. And so he had major bruising, and Dr. Ids was consulting us on the issue, right, AB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a concluding remark from AB on his views on the diet drink?
Yes,
malarkey?
please, AB.
No, I'm with you, Doc. I think I'm with Love in that he was just trying to prove the point that it's him being skeptical. Like there is a reason for him to be skeptical, which is pretty much what he was, trying to get across. Because last time we got roasted saying that, I bet Love and AB are anti-vax and a bunch of other shit. That was just insane. But I think Love presented a really good case as to why it's okay to be skeptical about the stuff. This is not COVID. It's something completely different.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And let me just say quickly before I have to go. Basically, if
do a new poll.
Listen. Yeah. If I have no problem saying if you would rather stay away from low-calorie drinks, I'm not saying you should just go and drink low-calorie drinks, right? I'm saying that you don't need to be scared of them, and the totality of data shows they're perfectly safe. These things have been studied in the ways of hundreds, I'm talking hundreds of individual research papers, right? So I'm going to live my life based on the data. That's how I live my life. I'm not scared of any single ingredient. I will happily consume any food once or twice, right? I know, because I understand toxicology, I understand that you're not going to get cancer from eating something once.
Have you eaten the hot chip?
Right.
Martin?
A what?
The spicy chip? Have you done the hot chip challenge?
The hot chip
no.
challenge.
You should do that on our show.
I can't handle too much spice. I can't lie. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Dr. Riggs, I want to
So
thank you for dealing with me once again.
No.
I hope most of the viewers realize this is pretty much me asking you questions and you answering, and most of the times you.
I would not even call it a debate. I would call it a very nice discussion. We had a lovely discussion.
Lovely.
Now,
thank you.
just to put a pin in this, last time after our conversation, the audience was still split as to if artificial sweeteners were totally wrong or not, totally safe or not. Last time, I believe they even swung saying they're still skeptical. This time, we did the poll. Artificial sweetener. Maybe it's a bad poll.
Bad poll. Yeah, bad poll. It should be skeptical.
It should say artificial sweetener, safe, or I'm still skeptical.
Well, I guess.
Oh my Lord.
Or you could say safe or harmful. Safe or harmful.
I think this is fine.
Okay, so.
But
harmful is so aggressive.
Yes, well, according to that poll, 60% said safe, which is a massive progress over our last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers, by the way. Thank you, Martin.
Well done.
Cheers.
Intelligent.
Cheers.
Clearly, you guys have an intelligent audience.
Oh,
The water. Well, we'll see into when we reword it.
Right.
How intelligent they are.
Because I don't think it's bad for you. I'm just skeptical.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Awesome, huh?
That is so good.
Artificial sweetener.
Wait, that tastes really good.
What is this called again?
It's a Hefeweizen, so it's a wheat beer.
Oh, I
beer.
love wheat beer. Let's
so
go.
That's awesome.
Wait, why does that taste so good?
Because it's German.
Because it's
We
German.
taste
They know
good.
what's up over there.
I usually don't like the taste of beer at all,
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
but
time.
This is great.
This is like
But this
actually
is like
good.
Like the
Sweet.
sweet banana
Beers
flavors.
smooth. Damn,
Wait.
Martin.
This is delicious.
Isn't that so good? What the
Holy
fuck?
shit.
Love it.
If you guys are wondering the brand,
Hold on, it's one of the
Halfway
very,
through?
very famous beer brands in Germany.
Excellent.
you can buy
say
this
it
out
again?
here.
Munich. You can buy it at
Halfway
John's here in America.
With the
John's,
water aged
J-O-N-S.
for 12,000 years, you said?
Yeah, really. Like it's
No, I believe
rain
you.
water. It's like the story what I just said was all true.
Yo,
They're
that's
sourcing the well water from the Alps under Munich,
Is
700
it,
feet deep.
Is it like expensive compared to other
No.
beers? No.
I paid $8.99 for 4 cans.
it's a slightly premium price.
Yeah, you have to get it into America as well.
Right.
The
obviously. So
import is a
therefore-
lot.
it costs you a little bit more, but I think you're getting a great quality.
That is the best, Martin. You always come in with the facts and receipts, the best
I love
flavors
it.
of liquids.
Yeah.
I like to give love.
One more time here. Artificial sweetener, safe or still skeptical? Let's do that. 60% coming
About
in
the
still
same. I
saying
think the original
safe.
poll wasn't a bad poll. I think we had a good poll on
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
The numbers are the same, so it was a good poll. Dr. Iz, we made some incredible progress
I'm
here.
gonna tell
today.
you what I'm voting.
Thank you, Dr. Iz.
Safe.
This is incredible. Hila's out here.
It's my pleasure, guys. Thank you so much.
And so let's say it together. Fuck the World Health Organization.
No,
Wait,
I can't say I can't say. No. I don't work for them. I've literally had a few emails being like, "Oh, we'd love you to be on our, misinformation committee where you help us debunk information."
Okay.
I said yes, but now I have to also be like, guys, I don't really accept your phrasing. I think it's a little bit misleading. So that's what I've tried to clarify today.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. To yellow beverage.
The yellow beverage.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. I need to head off now.
Martin, do you need to leave? Are you in a hurry?
Yeah, I need to go to Gwen and
Yeah, I had a
serve a little bit my guest.
I had a feeling
coming over.
All right.
So, but let's talk. I would love if it's okay for us all to come visit you there.
Yeah,
That'd be
please,
super,
please.
that'd be awesome.
Always come over. And again, I cannot thank everybody enough here from the audience as well. You're the real superstars, obviously.
That's right.
And it's always fun to see all the comments on my social and getting referred, obviously, to the H3 podcast. So thank you so much for all the amazing love. And this is family, obviously.
Yeah.
Family.
It is. What a great episode. So you can go ahead. I know you're in a hurry.
my friend.
Thank you
But
for the beer.
Thank you again.
We'll be in touch, and I'm really excited actually to come check out Gwen. So
Me too.
That's great. That's exciting. And the water drips are. That's basically
drips
the
are
end of my
dripping.
diarrhea.
Oh, stop.
That's what it sounds like.
Disgusting.
It's what it is.
It's disgusting.
Those are the kind of drips that get back up on your ass too. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
stop it. Stop.
I know exactly what those sound like.
Please.
We're all enjoying
Hey,
a
what's
beautiful
the
beer.
TDE of diarrhea, Martin?
Stop.
What's the
What do you call the dissolved?
DHS?
What do you call it? Dissolved parts per. What's the acronym? TDS.
Let's be honest, guys.
What's-
I never checked the TDS of my diarrhea, and I will never do it. I had to drink once at
Probably
the Bill
pretty
Nye
high.
show. At the Bill Nye show, I had to drink urine of the astronauts of the International Space Station.
Oh,
You
you
did that?
You can check it out right now on Netflix.
Wait, you were in Bill
What?
Nye?
On the Bill Nye show.
Oh, no way.
Whoa.
And they gave me the astronaut water, and this is the water what they're obviously drinking it out of space.
How is
Yeah.
it?
And it's very heavy to bring water obviously up there. So they brought once water up there, and now they're recycling and recycling it all over again. So that means they're collecting their sweat, shower water, and urine, purifying it, and then drinking it again. That almost, and it's now strange to say, it was super sweet on my palate.
Ew.
That water. And it smelled like a dentist office. Like when you walk into a dentist office, that was the smell of that water. It was disgusting, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my
One more reason
Lord.
for me not to go out of space.
Let's stay away from space.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
Thanks for
meeting you.
coming, dude. I hope so.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
I'll-
we'll
we'll be
definitely
there.
be there. We'll hopefully
Yeah.
see you there, buddy. And appreciate y'all so much. Martin's the man. I mean, who doesn't love Martin? The water god.
Yeah.
Poseidon. I'm going to start calling you Poseidon.
We have a Poseidon statue of Martin in that background. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, I
is that
didn't.
what it
Wait, pull it up again.
Yeah,
Oh my
if
God.
you look at the
I didn't even notice.
Take a look.
that's
We-
Martin in the background
That's funny.
as the god of the ocean, god of the sea.
You are Poseidon.
Yeah, right there he is.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, thank
Love
you.
ya. Martin's the man. We love Martin. Dr. Is the man, too. What a show.
Oh, Martin's here. What the fuck? Wait, Martin, what are you doing here? The water sommelier's here.
Hello, everybody. Cheers. Little flavored water today for me. It's not Paulana, but it's another water. Come on. It's great. It's great. So I had two guests earlier at my restaurant, and they said like, "Hey, I'm going to the H3 podcast," and they're like, "What? They're doing a live podcast?" So I texted Olivia, please don't show it to me, huh? Don't show it to me. Don't even think about it. Ethan. It's... I didn't buy it. Hopefully you didn't buy it. No, this is not a good one. Pure Life? Look at this. Purified water, my friend.
It says healthy hydration on it, so okay. So, okay. Well, Martin is here. Are you ready to view this? You're gonna watch it. Okay. Martin is here to assess the purity of the prolapse. How odd! Oh, it's nice to see you. I didn't expect that. Love Martin. Okay, so cue it up. The first 3 seconds is just a black screen. Okay.
It's ready to go.
It's happening. Okay, so when the music stops, those who do not want to view this can open your eyes. And once again, if you do not want to see a man put a prolapse the size of a watermelon in his mouth, you will want to close your eyes or look away. And if you think what I'm saying is bad, it's worse. Okay, what happened? Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec, guys. Just a little bit of a spill. We okay? She need a water? We get her water or something? Martin, you have water on you? Martin's going, no, the arrowhead. Not the pure. I know.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't think she knows where she is right now. She had a few, too many to, okay. Hope you're okay. Got a water? Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, where were we? We said we were going to Saddle Ranch, but we weren't going to Saddle Ranch.
It was a lie. We lied to you guys.
We went to
lied.
Martin's restaurant, Gwen, and it was so good. We had such a fun experience. Martin took great care of us.
He really did.
And it was such a great, beautiful evening.
I'm not in the photo because I missed the memo and showed up at Saddle Ranch alone.
Fucking idiot.
I missed you guys.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I left early.
Cam bailed before dessert for good reason.
So it was great. It was
Super
great.
fun.
He
Great
really
meal,
hooked it
huh?
up. That was
It was amazing.
first Michelin star restaurant I'd ever been to. So that was cool.
Yeah, man. It's a really nice spot. Gwen, I mean, it's super expensive, but if you want to try a nice, what's interesting about it?
You know, it was expensive.
It was
it
less
wasn't
than
as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It was a lot less than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like a lot less. I mean, Martin did hook it up with like a nice employee discount, 30%. Thank you, Martin.
He did give us a fat discount.
But
and it was
actually,
it was a lot of money because there was 12 of us or 13 of us or however many there was. But considering that,
I agree.
Fairly reasonable for how nice it was.
I mean, I'll say it because I thought it was fine. It was like $1,500 after a $400 tip.
Yeah, it was like $1,100.
Yeah.
$1,500. Which, that's a lot of money, but it was 12, 13 people.
Yeah.
How many was it? Was it 12 or 13?
12, I
can't
think.
remember. Was it 12?
Yeah,
12 people. I mean, that's under $100 a head. 12 for a Michelin star restaurant. That seems really good.
I went there expecting to spend $300 per head.
Right. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed.
So I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I just saved $300."
Somebody said, "Okay, but how was the water?" You know that shit was fucking fire.
We filmed it for a vlog, right, Lena?
Yes, we did.
So we arrived at the table, and there's just this massive spread of all different kinds of waters, boy.
All different flavors.
So yeah, the water was on point. You know it was. Martin actually called out Jay Shetty, our water sommelier.
Oh, this is a tragic day.
For having Jay Shetty have some quack ass water guru on. And I knew when I saw this, I was like, Shetty, are you really that guy right now? Get a load of this. This guy just won Podcast of the Year. Thank you, Martin, for bringing truth to the people.
First of all, it's 60%.
Not a single ounce of that is in this form.
What?
If I drink this water, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like I'm hydrating myself for a few minutes. But I'm going to pee this out in the next 45 minutes because this pure water has no reservoir in my body.
Yeah, correct. We're not a camel.
The vast majority of...
I mean, this is pure nonsense, this guy. And then, what, Shed, you don't look into this? You don't ask him any questions? You know what I mean? I think Shetty even posted this on his main social. This guy's talking about crazy shit.
The water within my body is actually...
the water within my body is actually made of crystals.
For this to turn into a crystal, it takes a complex relationship to a vast array of salts, mineral amino acid complexes, and protein structures.
Let's get some facts to this video. Hello everybody, here's Martin, your personal water sommelier. So first of all, it's not true that water needs to be crystallized to be absorbed by your body. I think he gets confused.
I think those are called stones. Bladder stones? Kidney stones?
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah, I don't think you want water crystallizing in your body.
Got it.
Don't think so.
Minerals and electrolytes, what needs to be in water to actually absorb water. So hydration is the key of H2O plus electrolytes like calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. This is what your body needs to absorb water, but water by itself does not need to be crystallized. Additionally, your body is very sophisticated and knows how much water it's needed. So that's the reason we are slightly thirsty, therefore your body signals us you need to drink water. And because water is a liquid, it gets absorbed very, very fast. Up to 5 minutes after drinking, it's already been absorbed by your body. And it really depends on your hydration of how fast you have to go to the restroom after drinking water.
Go ahead,
It
Martin.
can take up to 20 minutes when you're fully hydrated, or
Are you watching this,
over
Shetty?
several hours when you're dehydrated. So no, it has nothing to do with the form of water, how fast you have to go to the restroom. So this whole idea of water needs to be crystallized to be absorbed by your body is, sorry, nonsense. Cheers, my friends, and remember, water is not just water.
Cheers.
Sometimes it's crystals also. I mean, if you use your brain a little bit, you can just, this is obviously such nonsense. He goes, yeah, if you're drinking water, you think it's hydrating you, but it doesn't at all. It just passes right through you. What? We all know that's not true, right? Have you ever been thirsty? Yeah, that's bullshit. It's actually your body lying to you. It wants crystals. Thirst is like the most basic survival instinct to animals that have all lived on this planet. You get thirsty, you drink water. Yeah. No, that's bullshit, actually. I'm telling you, man, it's not like that. And Jay Shetty's like, oh, yeah, dude, crystals, bro.
I feel like I'm hydrating myself for a few minutes.
But I'm not.
But I'm going to pee this out in the next 45 minutes because this pure water has no reservoir.
Bitch, so according to you, dummy, when you pee out water, it should be perfectly clear. Because if there's any yellow in it, then it means your body's processed it. Dumbass, loser, moron. Who is this idiot?
Yeah, what?
I need crystal. I smoked some crystal meth, actually, before coming on here. I love crystals. Water crystals, methamphetamines, they're all good. Something with Martin, I heard.
Yeah.
Tasting water.
So that's tomorrow night, and if you guys want to, he's coming back from New York today, and right, Danny, we text him, and we're going to talk later, and we're going to go down tomorrow night to
Why are you asking
Gwen's restaurant. Well, we were right before you got here, we were texting.
Oh, you guys
So
going to go to
tomorrow
Gwen?
We're going to go to
Beautiful
Gwen's,
restaurant.
and he mentioned you've eaten there, and and he has all the water. That's my parents
Who's
when
this
they
one?
were. Oh, that's the plastic surgeon. He's a very good friend and a supporter.
Who is this?
Dr. Robert Ray, Dr. 90210.
And what does he do?
Very famous plastic surgeon.
The Jersey Outlaw.
You gotta listen to it from the beginning.
I'm Dr. Robert Ray, Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, and I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Lee, the Jersey
He doesn't know.
Outlaw.
Dude, if he only knew what
He
he
knows.
was saying.
He knows.
Like, I could make a compilation and ruin his career.
No. Now you be nice. You be nice.
I'd be like, you're a fan of who?
You be nice.
Roll the-
Because Robert Ray's my buddy right now.
Were you doing work there?
No, he was in a place where we had a pedicure and came in and just vibed us. And
You guys did
I'm Dr.
FOMO?
Robert
Yeah, we
Ray,
did some
Beverly
FOMO.
Hills plastic surgeon.
He did Dr. 90210 like
that.
15 years ago. He's very famous from TV, from E! Channel.
His hair looks supernatural.
Oh, Sam. Can
So-
I get more of that, Sam? Am I allowed?
Can you explain to me?
Look at this.
This is so tasteless, Jimmy. Why would you post this? Look at this, you guys. Oh, we got ice cream. Like we already talked to you once about these Instagram posts. Are you guys seeing this? What
the
is
cake
this?
is so good, Sam.
What does this mean?
Hey,
You made a cup of coffee, and that's all water. With LA tap water versus New York tap water, you would not taste the difference. And that's
beg to
all
differ.
water. Let's get a cup from the East Coast and do a taste test.
Listen, my whole water world has been turned upside down this year by Martin, and now I would have agreed with you in the past, Ethan. Fully, it was just like, this is just people being silly, but I think there might be something to it.
It's you can't. I know what you're saying, but in the mix of a bagel dough
with all the other stuff in there,
everything else going on there, there's no way. Because in New York, you're talking texture, you're talking fluffiness. They tend to be fresher, I think, and so the water is not affecting the fluffiness.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
Also, real quick, a little PSA because you mentioned Martin. Reminded me I need to change my water filter. So if you have the if you have the shower filter, you should.
So I've replaced it once since he came, but it probably is getting close to be a second time.
I think it's 3 to 6 months.
I never got to
good
use it because
reminder.
my shower head was incompatible. You
I
used it.
did though, but honestly, I didn't notice any difference. Did you
Really?
guys?
I did.
You did?
I thought it made my
Really?
hair a lot more
Lustrous?
Yeah.
It might be because my hair was so damaged from coloring and stuff
True.
that it was like not noticeable.
True. It's hard to absorb anything when your hair is
Yeah.
all burned out. We can do an experiment now, Zach. We can
Now?
make 2 cups of coffee, one with
Okay.
bottled
Shout
water
out to-
and one with tap water.
Well,
That's going to be a big difference. in
Our
taste.
tap water is filtered in this building.
No, get
isn't it?
No, it's not. Get it from the sink.
Wait, but isn't this New York versus LA thing?
But I'm saying the difference between a bottled water and LA tap water is going to be similar difference between New York and LA. If you could tell the difference between those two,
Well, if
you could tell the difference between bottled water
If
and
the
LA tap.
Sparklets is bottled from California water, then it wouldn't be that different, right?
No, from the tap water.
I have a thing.
Not Sparklets, that's purified.
Sodas in LA taste different than in Sweden. And I'm 99% sure it's the tap water. Or it's the water they use.
That
I
could
don't know
be.
where the water is bottled though.
That could be. They have different formulas though in Europe because there's different regulations and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you talking about like regular?
Any soda here.
You talking about
I
sugar or
feel the
diet?
tap water underneath the soda.
You talking about sugar or diet?
Diet. Both.
Diet Coke.
Both.
Because I know in most places the cola uses cane sugar
Yeah.
and America uses corn syrup, which
No.
could definitely change the flavor of it.
Yeah, now every drink I drink out here, I fill the
different
water below.
flavors?
Better or worse?
Worse.
Huh.
Mhm.
That's a shame.
I gotta say, there are some bakers coming for you for your
I
water
know,
doesn't matter take here.
I know they think it matters, but it doesn't.
Well, this is a 27-month member, so you have to respect your
Legend. I do.
I bake sourdough, and water you use absolutely affects the texture, flavor, and overall consistency of the bread/bagels. I just
You're telling me a New York bagel
then do the test, Zach.
Doesn't taste different than I'm not shitting on them, a Western bagel.
You can make a bagel.
don't come from
it
Western
depends
bagel,
who's making it. If the same people come to LA and make the bagel, it's gonna taste the same.
Nah,
yes,
you're so off,
bro. Do the test then. Do the coffee test.
We're gonna need an official bagel maker to chime in. I feel like.
Right.
But they're the ones propagating this.
Why would they?
You're saying they're biased.
Why would they? What's their?
Because they don't want to give away their secrets. It's the same with the hummus guys. It's so proprietary, these recipes, especially hummus. Like people live and die by hummus recipes.
Right.
And
Right.
and I'm telling you, they go, oh, it's the waters. They didn't even have to entertain you asking.
Have you ever seen those guys on TikTok, the bagel dudes? I've never seen a bagel like that before in LA. The appearance, it's just amazing.
Wait, so before we go on,
The
Zach,
bagel in
have you
New
actually
York,
had a
you're
New York bagel, or are you
When
just
I
going
was-
off
when
of
I-
TikTok?
when I was younger.
Oh,
When I
you
was
have.
younger.
Okay.
I went to New York when I was
What are
younger.
you talking? Zach, you haven't had a New York bagel in decades.
But
Because-
Sam's bagel in LA is just as good as a New York bagel.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
When was the last time you had a New York bagel?
Go ahead, Hila.
I had some really bad ones in New York.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
We had a ton of bagels in New York. The bagels in LA, I might say,
I don't know, we
on
got-
average, have been better.
So many would just be dry and like not.
Wow.
Also,
the
they're
New Yorkers
not
are coming
like
for y'all right now. They're
I hear
coming.
Dude, the
I
whole
don't know. I don't know if it's where we lived. We lived in Manhattan, and I feel like
that's where
maybe if you're like in another
no
more hip place. I feel like in Manhattan there's a lot of touristy spots. I don't know.
You should have been able to get a good bagel.
It's Manhattan. You get if there's something good, you can get it there.
Yeah. I guess
Period.
you guys just don't like the New York bagels.
There were some good ones.
Oh, there were.
And yeah, but like there's good bagels everywhere. Like we even looked up, like, okay, you hear about the New York bagels, like there's some conspiracy. And New Yorkers do this because it sucks there. So they have to build up this mythology that everything there is great when it's totally normal. And so we look up online, where's the best bagel place in New York? We go there and it fucking is average.
Okay,
it's average.
The New Yorkers are saying Long Island is the place for bagels.
Long
Island.
Okay,
That's
see,
what I'm
Long
saying.
Island.
That's
I
what
saw
I'm
two
saying. We
people
were
say
not at Long Island.
That's like being like, yeah, California makes, LA has the best bagels, but you have to drive to like fucking
San Diego.
Simi Valley. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, San Diego to get it.
Which place in New York? Was it Essa Bagel?
I don't remember
I don't
the place.
remember the
What do you
name.
care though, Zach? You haven't been there in 2 decades.
It's a big thing. it's a Jewish deli thing.
Uh-huh.
I went to one of the big ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Katz's?
I'm seeing a lot of all these New Yorkers are saying Long Island is the place for the
Long
bagel.
Island.
I've never.
Not
That's where the
Manhattan.
bagel boss is. I mean,
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't travel
well,
to Long Island
that,
for a
that
fucking
explains
bagel.
it, and that was what I was thinking. I think Manhattan doesn't have the best stuff
That's ridiculous.
when it comes to food.
That's ridiculous.
There's so much like touristy crap there.
Yeah, but it's a lot of it isn't.
You gotta go to Long Island.
You gotta go to Long Island.
Dude, nobody wants to go to Long Island.
Or to Joey Salad.
Nobody wants to go there for any reason, dude, except to visit their
Joey
parents.
Salads will hook you up with a
If you're
good
visiting
bagel
family, that's fine. Any other reason, you turn around.
That's where I would go to visit fam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great reason to go there.
Beautiful place to go. Only reason I haven't been back since.
Why would you?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're right.
Do you guys know that the Sigma Brain flavor is out of stock?
Oh my God.
whoa.
Wait, it wasn't a minute ago.
Ethan, how are you? Hello, hello.
Martin, what are you doing here?
Hello, everybody. Here's Martin, your personal water sommelier.
Why? It's just so you know, you are not part of the show.
Come on. I need to be part of the show because water is the most important beverage in our lives, Ethan. Without that, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, man, okay, but you didn't invent water. I mean, I am drinking water.
Yeah, come on. No,
So
but
what do you
actually,
want?
it's okay, the water, what you're drinking this time. Last time, I had a little question about that. That's the reason I screamed Arrowhead.
You like the fucking geyser?
Yeah, Crystal Geyser is a great spring water.
What do you want?
By the way, we need to talk a little bit about the last episode where you said, like, water has no impact on New York's pizza. It has.
Bagels. I stand
And
by that,
bagels.
Martin. It's the fucking bagel. There's too much shit going on in there, man.
It's actually a fact because the lack of calcium and magnesium in that water.
Bro, why
so
are you
soft
here?
water,
Are you here for a point?
makes
Come on.
bagels better.
Cut to the chase,
Hey,
water boy.
I think we are in the fucking Dolby Theater, and in a regular base, the Oscars are here, and I'm the golden boy here, obviously, today. So I thought we need to do the best water contest as well.
Well, there is no water category.
Absolutely, there's a water category.
Okay, well, there's not, so I don't know what you expect.
No, we have to.
Oh, what the fuck?
Best water.
Come on.
Ocean. It works.
Best water? Stupid.
River.
River?
Lake. Pond. Mountain spring.
All right, I don't know what you think you're doing. I don't know who you coordinated, but security, it's time to get rid of the water guy
What
here.
security?
There's no,
What's
this
going
isn't a
on?
real
What?
category,
What?
bro.
Come on, guys.
I'm sorry.
Water's not just water, huh? Mountain spring water.
Okay.
That is the water you're gonna drink, Ethan, huh? That's
All
the
right.
water you're gonna drink.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
I'm getting it.
Guys always crashing our live shows.
Okay.
Fucking Martin. Category water. Of course it was going to be Mountain Spring. Oh, all right. Well, that was Martin. Thank you.